What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
If we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will. And I'm not letting that happen. If we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will take Greenland. And I am not going to let that happen.
You know, they can offer you either like...
Yeah, sure. I'd love to make a deal with them. It's easier. But one way or the other, we're going to have Greenland.
Now, I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it that I'm the greatest wrestler alive today.
Got baby face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US obey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Me got baby face, me got big cheer. Trump bad, Trump good, me no care. Me write big book, kill billies and stuff. Now me important, we're tired tough. Me go Yale school, me learn big word. Now me forget everything me heard. Silicon people give me job, me take. Now me like Trump, me make no mistake. Yo, it's JD Advance. Me fight, walk, folk, me say never die. Me protect kids, me born liberal. Him, them, there. America simple, only two gender. Me face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US survey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Too many gender for my agenda. Went on a bender, execo the sender. Might take Panama just like na. Might take Gaza, pop then a plaza. With this one majesty.
What's going on, everyone? God, did you hear my voice? I haven't streamed in a whole day, and I'm already dying. Let's try that again. What's going on, everyone? Welcome into Cobra Cast 199. I'm your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Thursday. And yes, I didn't stream yesterday. A lot of people were mad at me. A lot of people were yelling at me. And now the pressure of hosting the most influential political podcast on planet Earth is here. Look at this. Emo Otaku says, CobraCast gives me a reason to live. That's a lot of pressure. How am I supposed to, that's a lot of pressure. And this says, well, life definitely feels a bit empty when there's no Cobra Cast. And then I hope everyone was okay with no stream yesterday. This is a lot of pressure. Okay? How am I supposed to live up to this? I don't know if I can do it. Guess we'll see. The man bro dude for 20 says fucked up voice tax for $20. Thank you, the man bro dude. I appreciate that. Fucked up voice tax. Zinni Biscuit says, after more than 15 years, I finally have a nutcracker that started my obsession. Y'all have the Baron von Steuben nutcracker made in Germany. It was $200. 200? Very nice, Zinni Biscuit. Everybody congratulate Zinni Biscuit. All right, there it is. Hail to you. Babo Yogi says, I'm just here because this boy got a pretty mouth. Everything else is ugly AF. Mod lives matter, except for Eric K. He's a douche. Damn, Eric K got called out. D-Day Cobra on Kino Casino last night. I watched. It was awesome. Dude, listening to them react was pretty phenomenal. It was great. I was in tears. I was in tears listening to it. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hail to Kino Casino. I like the part where you know, they were reacting or they were reacting to me reacting to them, and then it got to the point where you know, Worski had said that I guess Review Tech was streaming porn. And I was just like, what the hell? And PPP's like, I can't believe we're subjecting this guy to our content. I'm like, bro, I live in the filth. All right. Not as much as Kino does. All right. But we are part of the same area. Now, Kino, they're willing to plunge their hands into the filth of the internet so that you don't have to. All right. It's a great service that they provide. They go and go, we will plunge our hands into the filth of the internet to show all of you just how dirty it is, because they know that their audience is a classy set of individuals, and they don't really want their audience to have to get into the mud and the weeds. Classy set of individuals, just like all of you, upstanding. You don't cuss. You don't do anything wrong. You all are married with families and 401ks and good jobs and insurance, and you do everything the right way, just like the Kino Casino audience. Wonderful people. So shout out to those guys for plunging their hands into the filth of the internet so their audience doesn't have to, much like I do for all of you. But yeah, it was funny watching them reacting to the whole thing. And for me, it's a one and done. I said my piece. It's over. You know what I mean? So Quartering and I talked. He hit me up in DMs. We argued for a bit, you know, about it, because he was completely like, why are you mad? And it's like, motherfucker. And so I kind of went off. And we argued in DMs for a bit. And, you know, we're good now. So whatever. It's over. My video is up. You can go watch it. I apologize for nothing. I stand by everything I fucking said. And, you know, there you go. So, but yeah, it's ultimately, look, man, there's a lot of people on the internet that are always going after me. And I expect these people to, and they're not worth, you know, the time of day. But when it's somebody that's on the same side of the internet as me, and it just feels out of pocket, I have to respond. So, you know, that's it. So now it's over. Now we move on and we talk more about politics. So, but yeah, Kino was fucking hilarious last night. It was amazing. I would highly recommend all of you go over there and check it out. So, but not bad for a dead channel over here. Really happy that this dead channel continues on. Let's see here yet. Where are we at? Where did I leave off? Defending Truth says 200 pennies for the, I'm just going to say thank you, Defending Truth. Says, glad you're back, Jeremy. Midnight Light says, don't fall away and leave love bleeding in my hands. J Tripped Shockmaster for the dollar. Thank you, sir. Boy of Lard says, hail CobraCast and the 199. Jesus says, all hail Cobra Commander, Jeremy and King Trump. Oh man, Trump, there's so much to catch up on. It's an enormous amount of stuff to catch up on, which we will. It's McDouble says, we put you on every day during work hours on TV. Look at that. That's what's up. Thank you. I appreciate that. The Under Armour Gamer says, did you finish Tulsa King yet? Big? No. I need to. I've just been focusing on so many other things, but yeah, Tulsa King, I will finish that up maybe this weekend. But yeah, I love Tulsa King. Jesus says, where you been, brother? Longest day of my life. Yeah, I just had so much going on. I wanted to go live late last night, but honestly, I was just having too much fun watching Kino Casino. Alan Tanassi says, Sabaton concert next month in Inglewood, California. I plan on going. Stoked. Hell yeah. Jeremy the Cyborg says, watched Jake Monroe live stream today. He was very good to watch. So I inducted him into the 500 club. Hell yeah. What's up, Jeremy the Cyborg? Hail to you, brother. Thank you. Ehab says, dear leader has called us classy, well-adjusted people. It's the end times. God has truly abandoned us. Fallen Angel says, hey, Jeremy, you see the Asmongold AI music video done by the VTuber Leaflet? It's called Put It in the Box. I have not seen that one yet. Mark Andre Roy says, D-Dead Channel Tax. My favorite channel tax. Rolling the Wretched for 20 says, Gay and Dead Channel, Jeremy. Here's my counter to our conversation. $500 for sending Dan and Gato to Bro Island for TNGE for one Tuesday. I have to get my taxes done, but after that, if you agree to the terms, I will drop $500. So you're telling me that I get $500 and Dan and Beardo get the night off? How does that benefit me? They get the night off? I don't know if I like that idea. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. We'll see. Do you think we make more super chats if Dan and Beardo are not there? 500 is 500, says everybody in the chat. It is. Speaking of AI music, do you guys want me to disturb all of you? Or maybe you like it. But this is the superpower of MAGA. That no matter what you say or do, it will not be as bad as what MAGA does to MAGA people. That's just how it is. So I present to you this right here.
Don't you ever say I just walked away. I will always want you. I can't live a lie running for my life. I will always want you. I came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love. All I wanted was to break your walls. All you ever did was wreck me. Yeah, you wrecked me.
I saw this on Twitter and it had like 1 million fucking views. And I'm like, how? It's crazy. Is it Dr. Clown posted it, right? Right here. Oh, he says 1 million views and I'll do a JD Vance, do another JD Vance video. Now, the reason I saw this is because some of my favorite memers reacted. So he says 1 million views and I'll do another JD Vance music video. He even got the MAGA memers going, bro, what are we doing? Pretty awful. Pretty terrible indeed. Let's see here. John says to help you start your Masad coffee and tea sales, Snark, and my CO Tax MegaCon. Let's go. MegaCon is shaping up. I might have an official announcement next week. I might have an official, like, everything ready to roll next week. I'm hoping that's the goal. Next week, Official announcement. Jesus says, Jeremy, your channel is under attack. Please save it. I'm trying my best. Evil Black Cat says, Nightmare Fuel Tax, you bastard. Southeaster Kaiju says, why, Jeremy? Why? Make it make sense. Ehab says, I retract my previous statement. It is not the end times. They already happened decades ago, and this is the 100th level of hell. Taker says, did you see the real wide, shady JD Advanced? No. Somebody want to DM that to me? Mr. No One says, hotter than Miley. Sad, but probably true. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some of the things. So it's been a wild few days. Everything with Trump and Davos and him just basically going in there like the Chad that he is and basically walking in there and just taking charge. And this is where you know Trump is the alpha of alphas. There is no bigger alpha than Trump. No matter where he goes, he is the most important person in the room. And he walked in there and he told it like it was. I don't know if you heard what he said specifically about Mark Carney and Canada, but oh my goodness, dude. Like that was like mob boss level shit. Like right here. Trump to Carney. Canada lives because of us. Mark, remember that before you make those speeches. Holy shit.
Going to be defending Canada. Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way. They should be grateful also, but they're not. I watched your prime minister yesterday. He wasn't so grateful. They should be grateful to us. Canada lives because of the United States. Remember that, Mark, the next time you make your statements.
Like, wow. Just to get up on that stage in front of all of these world leaders and basically make a statement like a mob boss is the coolest shit ever. And that was kind of the tone that Trump was setting. And so obviously we've got all of this stuff with Greenland, and we're still not completely sure what the specifics of the Greenland deal is at this point in time. There's a lot of people that are speculating. They know this, they know that. There's still a lot to go through with it, but I think we'll focus right here in particular because you know, there's some people going, oh, well, Trump didn't get exactly what he wanted. It's like, do people pay attention to Trump? This is the art of the deal. Trump makes crazy statement, gets the conversation started in a crazier place than it would have normally ever started. And ultimately, he gets everything that he wants. This is exactly what he's done time and time again. And it's like people haven't paid attention to him for 10 fucking years. This is how he does things. And yet, again, you've got people going, oh, Trump got played. It's like, geez, dude, what is wrong with these idiots? Like, I don't know if they're just genuinely stupid or if they just are playing the contrarian for the sake of playing it. It's absolutely insane. So like right here, okay, let's listen to this right here.
It happening today, European leaders still holding an emergency summit as President Trump reveals NATO has agreed to a Greenland framework deal.
Really fantastic for the USA. Gets everything we wanted, including especially real national security and international security. And I think it puts everybody in a really good position. It's what's called an infinite deal. It's forever.
Fox News contributor and former...
It's what's called an infinite deal. It's forever.
Reagan Assistant White House Counsel Hugh Hewitt joining us now. Good morning, Hugh. And just so our viewers have just a little bit more context, the White House also put out a statement on this Greenland deal, the details of which we don't know, but they say this: if this deal goes through, and President Trump is very hopeful it will, the United States will be achieving all of its strategic goals.
Strategic goals with respect to Greenland. And I think that he's still going to push to get even more. I think that Trump wants more for sure, but I think he also is playing the long game here. It's about establishing where he wants to be from a strategic standpoint, and then he will negotiate the rest as time goes on. That's my theory behind this right now.
With respect to Greenland at very little cost forever. President Trump is proving once again he's the deal maker in chief. As details are finalized by all parties involved, they will be released accordingly. It appears to me, Hugh, that some of those details will be obviously the ability to build the Golden Dome, and then also something to count.
Somebody in the chat says, is your video title satire or are you retarded? Well, I am retarded. But the video title is not satire. I regret to inform you. If you're talking specifically about President Trump and him teasing a fourth term, this will help bring tears to your eyes right here. President Trump just floated a fourth term as president in 2028. Record numbers all over the place. Should I try for a fourth term? Cue the meltdowns. So, yes, I'm retarded. No, it's not satire. I hope that helps. We will continue to talk about this here in just a minute, but let's go back to Greenland.
The influences of Russia and China in the region.
Good morning, Griff. It's a big deal. President Trump is making Davos great again. It becomes something of a joke, like Brian mentioned, a gathering of rich people. But with the Greenland deal, he's looking not just this generation, not the next generation, but many generations out as to how do you protect the United States with the forward deployed ability to intercept. The key word is hypersonics. They fly low, they fly fast, and you've got to push your defenses out. Greenland is the perfect place to put them. There's going to actually be American sovereignty over parts of the island, and it's a fantastic outline. Now, the EU is going to be a little bit stunned because they're not really part of this. This is a NATO deal. 8 countries border on the Arctic, 7 of them are in NATO, and all 7 of those are going to welcome the ability to deter Russia's ability to threaten any of them with hypersonic missiles and to keep China out of the Arctic. I will be particularly looking for what does the United States get to say about the 230-mile exclusive economic zone that surrounds the 27,000 miles of Greenland. It's an enormous island. People don't read their geography anymore. But what the president has achieved, given where he was like
I would argue people think that Greenland is bigger than it actually is based on world maps. It is huge, but I would argue people think it's like even bigger than it really is.
Here a week ago is really extraordinary, and it happened at Davos. And along comes the Board of Peace, which is a promise. It's not like Greenland. It's not an outline. It's not an almost done deal. It's a promise that the Arab people of Gaza have needed for a long time. So it's really been an incredible tour de force. It might be the time to close up Davos. They can't top this year. But it has been a very good day for President Trump, a very good day for the West.
Well, and you segued me perfectly, Hugh, because our viewers, we woke up watching President's remarks there at the Board of Peace, and obviously the countries represented there, all in the Middle East, very significant. We were watching history in the making, as our colleague Edward Lawrence was saying. But President Trump in his remarks early this morning, Hugh, said he thinks this could be one of the most consequential developments in history, particularly with regards to the Middle East. What do you?
I think Trump is going to use this, and he is going to go after Canada, not immediately, but I think he's going to go after Canada, not as a state. He will float the idea of a state, but he really just wants it as a territory. Trump knows he can't have Canada as a state. He knows that, but he wants to put that out there. That's the whole point. Put the idea of Canada as a state out there, shift the conversation there. You get everybody going haywire. Oh gosh, there's no way we're going to be a state. And then you ultimately land on a territory. And then all of the idiots that get offended go, oh, well, at least it's not a state. And they think that they won. That's what I think he will try to go after eventually.
Make of that?
I agree with him. A lot of people will not give Donald Trump credit because they've got Trump derangement syndrome. But the fact of the matter is, since 1967, up until 1967, Egypt controlled Gaza, and there wasn't much there. After 1967, it's been a place of conflict. Now it's leveled. There just isn't much left of Gaza because of Hamas's invasion of Israel on 10/7 and Israel's attempt to fight back and get back their people. Next step is Hamas must disarm. The president has put an underline under that. They must disarm. Once they are disarmed, there is no reason Gaza cannot be great.
Western provinces can be states more Republican. I just don't think that there's any benefit to Canada being a state. I don't think there's any benefit in any capacity. So even if you break up the provinces, I mean, from what I understand, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I understand the geography of Canada because I don't, but from what I understand, Alberta is like the Texas of Canada. And outside of that, it's pretty fucking liberal outside of that. Outside of Alberta, Canada is essentially another like California, where you're probably going to be a lot of conservatives, but in terms of voting, they're going to bring more electoral votes to the Democrats. So
cannot be beautiful, cannot be as wonderful a piece of the Middle East as Dubai or Qatar or any of the great cities that people want to go to. The UAE's on that board. A lot of people are on that board that know how to build things. This is where the president's developer skill set comes in.
Yeah.
Been a magnificent week for him. I don't know what he does next.
He said location, location, location. Real quick, Hugh, the 20 seconds I've got left. President Trump also said that the United Nations has great potential, but they haven't realized it yet. Kind of opened the door that this board of peace could work with the UN at some point down the road.
It could be a spur for them to finally realize it's time to stop talking and to actually do something. Gaza would be a good place to start by dismantling the UNRW and get some real people in there with real solutions. Again, President Trump developer skills coming to the fore.
He is the guy. Like, so Trump is feeling pretty good. You know, the stock market has bounced back, and of course now you have Trump posting this, which is sending them all into a frenzy. President Trump just floated a fourth term as president in 2028. Record numbers all over the place. Should I try for a fourth term? Cue the meltdowns. And we got John freaking Murdoch for 50. Says Greenland is ours now, tax. And again, I think that I deserve credit. Okay, I didn't stream yesterday. And do you know what I did? And this is how nice of a person I am. I saved John money. Okay, I saved John money. How nice am I? How good, like, how good of a guy am I? I was like, you know what? If I don't stream, I can save John freaking Murdoch some money. I think that's pretty nice, right? So, you know, I deserve credit. I deserve a lot of credit. I deserve more super chats for that. Hail John. Appreciate you. SJ Nix says the Davos speech was basically Trump dragging his nuts across the face of every world leader. In a few cases, he moonwalked and did it again. It's so funny, dude. It's so funny to watch him do this right in front of them, and they can't do anything. There was a Fox News video the other day that I saw. The headline, oh, if I can find it. I don't know if I can find it. So this is see if I can find it. It was basically like world leaders brace for Trump's arrival. All right, right here. Look at this. Look at the title of this video. All right, look at the title. World leaders on edge as Trump takes bold agenda to Davos. It's like their dad is coming home. You know, like, dad is home. We've got to behave now. And they all just sit there and just, you know, get kind of scolded. And like, this is like insane that he has that much power, but it is what it is. In fact, basically, this is how I view Trump walking into Davos. It's a Stone Cold Steve Austin meme. All right. So this is how Trump walks into Davos. Quote, wait till your dad hears about this. Dad arriving home. There it is right there. Trump arriving, glass breaks, badass walk, BMF walk. And that's Trump arriving there. And so, yeah, that line right there is just perfect. Ministry of Wrong Things says, Ministry of Wrong Things says, I knew Trump got the red, white, blue land deal as soon as NATO threatened Trump was ousting from NATO and pulling us the NATO defense bases from, or U.S., I'm sorry, pulling U.S. NATO defense bases from Europe. This U.S. is NATO. The U.S. is NATO. Dude, your fucking spelling on this is like all the caps has got me all fucked up. You got some things capped, some things not. It's got me all fucked up. Ministry of Wrong Thing. I can't even talk. The U.S. is NATO. That was Trump's leverage. I was saying us, U.S. Fuck, what a disaster. That's Ministry of Wrong Thing's fault. That's your fault. Actually, it's not. It's my fault, 1,000%. But I wanted to kind of shift the blame to you. To make myself feel better. Basically what I did is I knew I fucked up, but I wanted to use you to make it seem like I didn't fuck up. It's kind of like the quote. Never mind. I just shouldn't bring that up. That's old news. Lydium X Games says, it's been more than a few days, Tax. Hail to the snake pit. Hail to the snake pit. Thank you, brother. Jeremy the Cyborg says, also need thoughts and prayers. I've been having more memory issues. Lost 3 days a few weeks ago, and all of last Saturday. I'm scheduled for my MRI and brain scan on the next few months. Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, sorry to hear that, man. I know you've had that issue. That is very, very scary, brother. So, prayers up to you. The chat will definitely have your back, and you will see that chat flying with prayers up. So, and I don't say like if you're the praying type, because I think that is very patronizing. I simply just say prayers up, and if you don't want to, you don't have to. But I think it's really patronizing because if you're the praying type, it's like, shut up. Just tell people to pray. You don't have to add this if you're the praying type. It's like, I don't care if you're offended if I say prayers up. I don't care. I'm going to say prayers up because one of our awesome people in the chat need prayers. Prayers up. Thank you, Jeremy the Cyborg. Hope you're doing well. Keep us posted, man. Keep us posted. John freaking Murdoch says, Jeremy saved me money yesterday. Wow, shots fired at Jay. Jay, obviously, no shots fired at any of my friends, but I think that's just kind of a politically correct thing that needs to go away because you're essentially trying to pander to people that like nobody's really going to be offended. Like, if someone if they're not the praying type, they're not really going to be offended over that. And if they are offended, fuck them. That's just kind of how it is. That's how we have to approach all of this. If you're offended, fuck you. Don't care. Didn't ask. And that's just the attitude that, we have to have moving forward. Thank you, John freaking Murdoch. Ministry of Wrong Things says the EU folded not simply because of tariffs, but from the fear of Trump's Board of Peace that directly subverts both EU and NATO, giving Trump massive lifelong world influence and choice of successor. He can't be stopped. In fact, Trump is so unstoppable. And I think Trump is feeling it right now because we saw the fourth term post that he made. But I got a feeling Trump is in kind of next level form because he also posted this right here. Here we go. Absolutely legendary post from President Trump just now. No caption needed. How it started, how it's going. There it is. How it started, how it's going. So there it is. Beautiful to see. It's been a hell of a journey to watch all of this happen. And going back to when he got that mugshot and when it all happened, it has just been incredible to witness this. And I'll kind of repeat something I've repeated a few times, but more often than not, and I am guilty of this too, we often look back at things that happened in the past and we, romanticize about like all the 80s or the 90s or whatever, but it's like we are never going to witness what we are living through right now with the run of Donald Trump in politics. We're never going to witness this again. In 5 years from now, in 10 years from now, 20 years from now, God willing that we're here, we're going to look back and go, dude, you remember back in the 2020s, 2022, 2024, 2026, President Trump, how unstoppable he was. We're never going to have that again. Appreciate it while it's here because it's never happening again. Literally never happening again. It's not. So appreciate it big time. Okay, next. Oh, yeah. So Trump also has made this post right here. President Trump demands immediate criminal investigation into Ilhan Omar amidst her $30 million net worth. Make it happen. She should be investigated for financial and political crimes, and that investigation should start now. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is worth over $30 million. There is no way such wealth could have been accumulated legally while being paid the salary of a politician. And he has been calling out Pam Bondi to get to work too. We've seen him make some direct comments towards her. I got to imagine he's getting fed up with Pam Bondi. I got to imagine. Maybe I know he's got a lot on his plate right now, but I have to imagine he's getting fed up with her. I know everybody in the MAGA base is fed up with her. That's for damn sure. Okay, so I don't really know what to make of this, but this story has gotten a lot of traction over the last couple of days. And I try to pride myself as someone that knows a lot about the internet. And a lot of the things, the filth of the internet and personalities. I'm not saying I'm like the most knowledgeable, but I know a lot. I didn't know anything about this cat, but this guy has been going mega viral on the internet lately, and his name is Cyrax. And apparently he was calling violence to ICE officers. And so a lot of people are claiming that this is Asmongold in 5 years. I can't deny that this could be Asmongold in 5 years. Like, it could. This could be Asmongold in 5 years. But I don't know who this guy is. Apparently, there's a ton of internet lore to this guy, okay? I don't know who he is. Hey, FBI, this dude from Akron, Ohio is threatening to shoot ICE agents because he thinks they're terrorists, okay? So let's listen to him right here.
To any ICE agent that thinks they're going to come into my home and terrorize me and my family, you will be met with lethal force. I will kill on sight, and I will shoot to kill if need be. ICE agents are not allowed in my home. If you come into my home to terrorize my family.
Can I be honest with all of you right now? I have a confession to make. I played stupid. I know who this is. I want to get ahead of this because it's going to get out there. The image you see on screen here, me, is actually, well, what I did is I went into AI and I typed up, can you make me an extremely handsome VTuber? And so this is what, AI gave me, what you see. This is what I actually look like right here. So I don't know if the grift will continue if you're not seeing this beautiful VTuber that was provided through the wonderful internet. But this is me without the VTuber filter. Fuck. I didn't want you guys to find out this way.
I will see you as a threat, and I will kill you. Because you guys are terrorists. Bear in mind, I am very much armed and will do what I need to do to protect my family. I stand against ICE. Any ICE agents that show up to my home to terrorize my family will be dealt with immediately.
What is he doing? So apparently, this guy's name is Cyrax, okay? Follows up, Chance Wilkins, is that his name? So his name, apparently there's a ton of lore with this guy, okay? So I can't believe this is fucking real. I legit can't believe this is real. What is happening? What are we doing? I did see where Asmund Gold said, guys, can you please stop tagging me in this shit? So everybody's tagging Asmund Gold. Woo! So anyway, let's go back to it right here. Here we go.
What up, y'all? This is Chance. This video is for libs of TikTok, aka Shia, aka failed LA realtor, who felt like selling chopped up fucking shit from news and posts is more fucking valuable than actually real fucking work. So listen here, you dumb fucking bitch. You got this shit all motherfucking twisted. I'm about to untwist it for you. See, I'm Chance. I'm the motherfucker that was in that red fucking tank top in that fucking video.
I don't know what he's talking. Oh,
yeah, that's me.
Yeah, the one.
I was that dude that was in that tank top.
The original libs of TikTok one. So again, I don't know who this is, but apparently this guy has a lot of internet lore. I don't know if it's lore like DSP. I don't know if it's lore like Chris Chan. I have no idea, but I don't know who he is.
You fucking posted about over on Twitter. What I said was this: if ICE were to engage my family and attempt to kill us, I would not hesitate to do what I needed to do.
By the way, I'm gonna be honest, and I hate to do this because I don't do this for recognition. I don't do this for, everybody to shower me with, praise. I don't do that. But I feel like this is the point where I should probably tell you guys, this is the power of Geeks and Gamers. This is what Beardo used to look like until Geeks and Gamers worked to rehabilitate him. So, you guys just remember that. That's the power of Geeks and Gamers. This is what Beardo looked like before G&G. And we were able to rehabilitate him. And we should get credit for that. Like we should get super chats and we should get, you know, we should get a lot of praise. And yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Beardo.
To defend my family, and that ICE agents are actually considered a fucking terrorist group. They have literally taken innocent people, innocent families, and thrown them into fucking camps. Wake the fuck up, you dumb fucking liberal broad. Granted, I'm not into politics, but just going by your fucking name, you sound like a fucking idiot. Like, seriously, you're fucking stupid, bro. So, to libs of TikTok, fuck you. And fuck your goddamn bullshit. You ain't shit. You ain't ever gonna be shit. See, you're below me, bitch. I'm a fucking worldwide known name, bitch. I'm up here. You're down here. You ain't on God mode level, bitch. You ain't on my level of fame. You will never be on this level of being a fucking god. Because you ain't shit.
Woo! Wow. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Personally, I'm on his side. Libs of TikTok, you shouldn't have fucked with this one. You done messed up. Libs of TikTok, it's over for you. You have barked up the wrong tree, libs of TikTok. You're not on that level. Tectone here says, man, Asmon's hair looks fuller than usual here. Woo! Jeremy of G&G failed. Man. So this story was crazy seeing all the reaction to this. And when I first saw the video, I was just like, oh my God, this is some crazy guy. But then like people are saying like, no, this guy's like, this is some, they were like, dude, a lot of normies are waking up to Cyrax or whatever. And I'm like, what is Cyrax? Who is this guy? So there you have it. Okay, next up, we got to talk about good old, what's his face? Let me go find it. Well, first, let me read some super chats first. And, but we got to talk about old boy that stormed the church the other day and was taunting the DOJ. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. We got old Roy D. Rage says, there's no atheist in a foxhole. Influence. Hail to you, brother. Thank you for the 20. Appreciate that. JDT says, I heard this storm coming is being called Winter Storm, Jeremy. It's for its potential to deliver 3 inches. Laughing my ass off. 199. I seriously though, this winter storm that's supposed to hit apparently is like going to be really bad for people up north. I don't know the ramifications of it, but apparently it's there's a winter storm that's getting ready to hit up north this weekend. I think. Moto Metal Racer says Jeremy's catfish mustache tax. Thank you, Dougie B 450. Doug B 199. Welp, it's over. Trump can never recover from inbred cross-eyed. It was a good run. You talking about me or him, Doug? Talking about me or him? Just curious. Hail to Doug, rocking the drunk 3PO X-Wing Daughter's Revenge shirt. Look at that. That's awesome. Fran Forsyth says, meth is a hell of a drug for 10. Thank you. MAGA Mike says, JD is right on the Insurrection Act. It isn't warranted yet. The left wants Trump to jump the gun. They want to control the optics, but Trump is controlling the optics. No more black pilling. I got to pull that clip up of him saying that, but I love that JD is addressing that. Good stuff indeed. Lawless is that dude Voldemort meets Cotton Eye Joe. John freaking Murdoch says, wait a minute. So you're saying you asked AI to make you a gay VTuber? Do better, man. Do better. Do better, Senator. Okay, so next up is this story right here. Third arrest made. William Kelly, the anti-ICE psycho who terrorized women and children in the Minnesota church, is in federal custody. FBI Director Kash Patel says, here we go.
As you can see, all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No, Jesus would dine with immigrants. Do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens.
Hey, you can't.
You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians. But we know you live an easy life, don't you? A very easy life while people are starving. Shame. Out now. Out now. Living real comfortable while the people starve. Living real comfortable while children are dragged into concentration camps. Dude. You're all living real comfortable, aren't you? Shame on you. Do something. Stand with the Somalis. Stand with the Latinos. Quit ignoring this injustice. He wears a suit and tie, and he hangs out with Kristi Noem. How is that a Christian? You're supposed to accept all immigrants, are you not? Why are you not going down to Whipple and joining us in protest against this inhumanity? You claim to be a Christian, act like one.
What an absolute psycho. So right here.
Playing the entire time. So, Pam Bondi, you want to come and arrest me? You want to come and give me charges? So be it. And for all the people giving me death threats, threatening my life, kill me. Go ahead, kill me. Because you know what? As Fred Hampton said, you can kill the revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution.
Well, you're in federal custody now. So you got exactly what you wanted. So very good job. As much as we criticize Pam Bondi, you got to, at least this guy's been locked up. There's a lot more that need to be locked up, but, credit where credit is due. So there you have it. Now, unfortunately, you have a left-wing judge who refuses to sign off on Don Lemon's arrest warrant. That's right. This is absolutely insane. So you got a left-wing judge that will not sign off on the arrest warrant for Don Lemon. So now we have to go to Florida because Grady Judd said if Don Lemon and the left tried to storm a church in Florida like they did in Minnesota, they'd have been in jail on the spot.
Hello, everyone. Sheriff Grady Judd here. I'm standing in a house of worship. And I think about last weekend in St. Paul, Minnesota, where people who came to worship were attacked. They were attacked by rioters. The service was disrupted. They cut at the very fabric of this great United States of America. We settled this country so many years ago so we could worship free the way we wanted to in whatever house of worship we chose. That attack is unacceptable. I can assure you that had that attack been in this community, every one of those rioters would be in jail today.
Hell yeah.
That's where the federal government could have found them, on state charges, locked up. And I pray it's that same way all across the United States of America. Enough is enough. Let's join together for the good of the United States of America. Let's worship the way we want to, and let's everyone renounce the horribleness of last Sunday in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Damn right. That's the man right there. There's so many amazing clips of him. I'm sure a lot of you have seen them. I've played some of them, but he is the best. Let me see if I can find a couple of these really funny clips from him. Let's see here. Didn't mean to turn caps on. There's a ton of them, dude. He is the best, though. Is this one? Let me find. Let's see. What is this one?
Well, I don't call them undocumented immigrants. I call them illegal immigrants because that's what they are. The reason they're not documented is they're not legal. Okay, they're illegal immigrants. 74% of the illegal immigrants that we've detained have had criminal charges against them. Okay, the other 26% were riding with them. Okay, so when we stop a car, we run a warrants check on everybody in the car. When there's a call for service, we run a warrants check on the victim, the suspect, and all the witnesses. Okay, we call that 26% collateral. But 3 out of 4 of them have committed another criminal charge. Now think about that for a second. They couldn't commit that crime if they weren't here, but they did. So now you're having to take your taxpayer money and my taxpayer money and pay for the prosecution of those folks, pay for the public defender that defends them, pay for the jail and the prison sentence, depending on what the charges are. So, and the majority of the 26% that was left out of the, 74% of them had criminal charges. They were what we call collaterals, and most of them were with the person committing the crime. And that's the numbers that we have so far. And those, so how many illegal immigrants have we arrested this year? We've arrested 557 that have criminal charges, as well as they're here illegally. That's just this year. But here's the thing that, and let me focus on this. And I know on social media people have already tuned out, but you need to tune back in and listen to this. The reason that you see ICE flooding into Minnesota and Minneapolis.
It's so good because he's so accurate. I know people on social media have already tuned out, but you need to tune back in and listen to this. Holy shit, what an amazing line.
And into Los Angeles, into these big cities, is because they refuse to turn over the illegal immigrants who are being arrested by the local police department where there's outstanding ICE warrants. If they would have simply, instead of fighting back and pushing back against the federal government, instead of violating the federal law, which is what these leaders have done there, if they just said, look, ICE, we don't want our police actively engaged in ICE enforcement, but you can come in our jails, and as we make arrests, you can go through your evaluation process and remove those criminals that are committing crime against the citizens of the United States and against each other.
I don't know if he would be interested, but I would legitimately, why is he not considered for attorney general? Like, seriously, why is this guy not? Now, maybe he wouldn't want to, move his family, and all of that. Maybe that's not his desire, but why wouldn't he be considered?
You can remove them. Then they wouldn't be flooding these big blue areas with all of these ICE agents. So it's the policy and the laws.
Anthony says, yeah, you've never been to Polk County, have you? You stupid fuck. I'm like 30 minutes from Polk County right now. So yeah, I think I've been a few times.
The California and the Illinois and the Minnesota and the Oregons and the Portlands and the city, it's the laws that they've passed that's created the environment for ICE to have to go in there and do it all on their own. And it puts the ICE agents at additional risk. The local law enforcement officers have already taken the risk.
It's hillbilly, isn't it? What? Where I'm from in Alabama or Polk County. If something's hillbilly, that means it's awesome. So yeah, it's hillbilly, meaning it's awesome.
To arrest these people, they're in custody. They're locked up. They're in a county lockup or a city lockup someplace or a state lockup for their causes. But yet they're telling the city, the county, or the state prison system, turn these illegals that have committed crime back out into the community on our people.
It's interesting because it's really hillbilly, but yet statistically speaking, it's a certain demographic that creates most of the crime. Interesting how that works. It's really interesting. It's amazing, isn't it?
And so if ICE can't get help from the state and the local folks, then they have to send more resources in.
Dave in the chat says, Jeremy is so sensitive. It's not that I'm sensitive. It's that your mom sucks such good cock that my toes were curling. I don't know if she told you, but now that the cat's out of the bag, we might as well discuss it. But I'm not very sensitive, but your mom can suck a dick. Holy crap. Woo. Tell her I'll be over later.
In order to do the job. All of this could have been avoided. All of this could have been. You don't see that happening in Florida. You don't see ICE sending 1,000 people down here to go into Miami or Jacksonville or Tampa or Orlando or our big metro areas. You don't see that. You don't.
So he responded, says, my mom misses you. There you go. See, you're snake pit material. You get it. We just talk shit and have fun.
Why? Because we're cooperating. And this same environment could be in every one of those states if the state had cooperated. But instead, you've elected a bunch of people there, governors primarily.
So this is the best sheriff in the country right here. Good old Grady Judd. All right, let me catch some of these chats really quick. So I saw you pre-dawn corpse. You were telling me Keno Casino React. Bro, I was there. Pre-dawn corpse, I saw you in the chat showing love to the 199. I saw it. I saw you in the chat. I was watching the chat. The chat was going crazy last night during the Keno Casino segment. Let me see if I can. I don't have that pulled up. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but let me see if I can. Let me see if I can pull that up for a second. It was funny. Their reaction was like it was absolutely insane how much they had me cracking up. So is this it? Yeah, 8-hour stream. Holy crap, those guys were talking for like 8 hours. All right, let's see. Here we go. I don't know what part this is. Leftist ideology and mentality.
Oh,
that's
no.
what it is.
Funny.
And
Jeremy's
so it's
leftist. He won't take accountability.
Oh man,
just kind of ridiculous when he doesn't fully understand any of the shit he's talking about.
Oh.
Yes, it's 100% my fault that my views dropped because I stopped making videos. Why? Because I got burned out on a lot of the entertainment stuff.
Yeah, it gets a little.
And I didn't have to make a video every day about something I didn't care about in order to get my ad read in and get my sponsor money.
Wow.
Because my audience was taking care of me. So I didn't have to worry about going, yeah, I don't really care about this thing, but I'm going to drag up a retarded article on a website on a topic I don't care about. I'm going to slowly read this article about this.
Oh, he's roasting him. Oh, he's just roasting him to death. Oh,
Slowly reading it? Oh.
On a website.
Oh, he's drunk. Oh. Stop the fight. Stop the fight. He's done. Oh.
Yeah,
my God. Yeah, this guy rules, I don't man. Go sub to him. He's awesome.
Care about. I'm going to slowly read this article about.
Yeah, and Flake, link his channel below too.
Slowly read the article. Well, he doesn't need our fucking help. His help, really.
This thing I don't care about, so I can put my 60-second ad read in, so I can get my $1,000. 1992 Space Movie says pocket watching is gayer than my name. I used to watch The Quartering a lot, but it was clear he only made videos for the ad read. 1,000%.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, when asked about, Jared will just admit, yeah, he's just doing it for money. You know, like, he doesn't even try and argue it. By the way, we got Junior Bacon Sneedburger for 1,000 kicks. It's flawless.
Yes, me reacting to them reacting to me.
Man.
And again, I've known this for years. It's not really my business that Quartering makes boring fucking videos. It's not my business.
Did you hear what he just said there?
It's not really my business that Quartering makes boring fucking videos. It's not my business. I've never sat there, and judged him on that. Make your money, do what you're going to do. But when you're going to bring me into this shit to be complicit in...
by the way, big ups to him. I know he doesn't want to be into the drama. I understand. He's just doing this one-off, right? But to finally speak out and not go, no. I'm going to shit on you for half an hour.
Anyway, the whole segment's great. Kino Casino over on Kick. Mods drop a link to their channel. They pulled up the chat. The chat was going fucking crazy. And again, to be very clear, and I know it will be to the disappointment of many, but me and the Quartering, we talked. It's fine. Like I'm not trying to fight with people, but I will. If you just come at me for like no reason and we're cool, I will fucking respond. Because I don't play that game. There's a lot of fucking people that piss me off, but it's for various amount of reasons. But if we're cool, then it's just like, all right, whatever. And there's a lot of people I don't fucking like at all, and I said this on Twitter the other day, but let me see if I can find my tweet. The bottom line is this. I know how the internet works. I'm pretty good at the internet. Right here. So Time Fire says, I just wish one time Jeremy would be like, you know what? We're not good. Fuck that guy. I just want the most entertaining outcome, not this boring shake hands and move on stuff. Oh, well, this is me talking about me in the Quartering. I says, there are several of those guys. I ignore them completely unless they have people super chat me trying to pull me into gay drama. Then I just play stupid so they can't clip me. So that's really all it is trolling them in a kind of next level way because I know what they're trying to do. Because if I know you want me to respond to you, I will actively go out of my way to not respond. Because that's the most entertaining outcome when I know that there's somebody who wants me to respond to them and then actively just pretending like I don't even know who you are. That's the most disrespectful thing you can do. It's kind of like when you see this hot chick that you know is dating a douchebag and you know that the guy's a douchebag. So you go up to the girl and you intentionally say his name wrong. Even though you know his name, you intentionally say his name wrong to her so that she has to correct you. And then when she corrects you, you respond with, whatever, who cares? It's so fucking disrespectful. It's the most disrespectful thing. It doesn't seem disrespectful in the moment. It is truly the most disrespectful thing you can do. And so that is it right there. So this is the game that I have to play with some of these, people that are addicted to trying to get a reaction out of me, is just being like, I didn't even hear about that. I didn't even know. I'm so confused about that. No, not at all. And now that I know that they're going to look at this and go, oh, see, and there's no confirmation of who I'm talking about. That's the beauty of it. Baba Yogi says, I got that one. Jesus says, Jeremy, your channel is under attack. Please save it. That was earlier. Let's see here. Got that one. Ministry of Wrong thinks the CNN admitted the church storming is horrible optics for the left when their news panel tried to gaslight Scott Jennings, saying, we don't know that they're leftists. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, and I think that's where Trump is playing games that we don't even understand. By forcing the left into those optics. So you got people like me sitting here going, the Insurrection Act needs to be invoked. Guess what? Trump knows what he's fucking doing. And as I said, what will ultimately be worse optics? Leftists storming a church and having kids crying, or Trump invoking the Insurrection Act? I think we already know the answer. And Trump knows that. It's Democratic leadership. Bastion says, you need to look up the video of Cyrax getting arrested. He attacked someone and there's a police video. Really? Like, is this old, new? Like, again, I know nothing about this guy. It's the first time I've heard about him. Let's see. Freaking Streamlabs is not keeping up with super chats. StreamYards, I mean. So, 2420 says, this is the Jeremy we super chat for. Hail fearless leader. Hail Unit 199. Hail to the snake pit. Mod lives matter. Chat lives matter. Thank you. Thank you. John freaking Murdoch says, hey, Jeremy, you caught me. I send you super chats to get you to respond to me. What was funny last night is I brought up the when the whole narrative about my channel being dead. I brought up the numbers from like 2024 and 2025 or whatever. And PPP was like, dude, he's bigger than IShowSpeed. Well, I'm not. I know I finished ahead of him on that, which looks very good for me. But it is kind of crazy when you look at that. Like, finished ahead of IShowSpeed, which is retarded. And had a number 15 channel as well. That is insane, but that has nothing to do with me. That has everything to do with the chat. The chat makes that possible. So that's where my channel is so much different than every other channel, is that in this sphere anyway. In this sphere, my channels, Geeks and Gamers channel, our channels are significantly different than everybody else's. And that's why we're able to operate the way we operate. So that's a big testament to all of you. Ministry of Rontes is grifting off people, wishing he would be more of a hater. This guy is a menace. I try my best. Real life Jeremy Grigg says, I know how the internet works. It works good. Wizard Man says, being a hillbilly in America, though, through and through, I'm sorry. I grew up in a place known as Skunk Town, and I wouldn't change anything. Skunk Town. That sounds awesome. Ministry of Wrong Things says, Fox News woman reportedly testified in London court that Barron Trump saved her life after witnessing a violent assault over FaceTime. LFG Barron. I actually have that story pulled up. This is, I got to be honest, like the first time I heard the story, I'm like, this is wild. Like, how is Barron Trump involved in something like that? It's pretty crazy. So I've got to scroll back to find it. I don't know how many of you heard of it, or heard about it, but it's pretty wild. Oh man, hang on. Guys, exclusive breaking news. USA is now positioning to move all of these buildings to Greenland. So you've got McDonald's, you've got Walmart Supercenter, and of course, the most important, Bass Pro Shops. So Greenland's looking good now. Things are looking real good. Now, the only thing that's missing, and you already know what it is, we need a Buc-ee's. All right? We need a Buc-ee's. If there's no Buc-ee's, then it doesn't matter. Bass Pro Shop is undeniably my favorite store, just because it's such an experience to go to a Bass Pro Shops. I literally could just stay at a Bass Pro Shops all day long. It's just so great. It's the coolest thing ever. That store's by a mile. Let me see. I'm trying to find this Barron Trump story. Okay, here we go right here. Life-saving call. A woman reportedly testified in a London court that Barron Trump saved her life after witnessing a violent assault over FaceTime. The 19-year-old son of President Trump allegedly contacted authorities after seeing his friend attacked, prompting police to rush to the scene. Quote, "He helped save my life," the woman said. That call was like a sign from God at the moment. Are you kidding me? The legend of Barron Trump continues to grow. This is wild. Like, what are the chances that this is crazy? Now, right here, check this out, okay? We've got some, apparently this is some of the 911 call. Daily Mail reports that Barron Trump saved a woman's life during a vicious assault in London last January. Barron witnessed a friend being assaulted by an ex-boyfriend over FaceTime at 2:30 a.m., found out how to reach British authorities, and reported the beating. The friend credits Barron with saving her life. This apparently is the call. Operator, okay, how do you know her? Barron, I don't think these details matter. She's getting beat up, but okay, fine. I met her on social media. I don't think that matters. Operator, you know I can. And then Barron interrupts. She's getting beat up. Operator, can you stop being rude and actually answer my questions? If you want to help the person, you'll answer my questions clearly and precisely. Thank you. How do you know her? I met her on social media. Operator, okay. Operator, know the partner's name or the person that's beating her up at all? No, says Barron. Operator, and they're at home? They're not out into the street? Question mark. Barron says, correct. She's getting really badly beat up, and the call was about 8 minutes ago. I don't know what could have happened by now. Operator, okay. Barron, so sorry for being rude. That's what we have. That's crazy. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I have so many questions about this. I have so many questions. Sounds like British police. So does she know who Barron is? Does she know that she's talking to Barron Trump? You know what I mean? Now, and I'm not talking about the operator. I'm talking about the girl that Barron knew. Did the girl that was getting assaulted, did she know she was talking to Barron Trump? That's crazy. And then to be Barron Trump, and you're on a FaceTime call with a girl in the UK while she's getting beaten by her boyfriend is fucking wild. What are the chances? That's pretty crazy. So I was, when I saw this, I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is insane. We've got, is it this one right here? Hang on. The boyfriend's probably illegal. I saw a lot of people going, hey, anyone want to guess of the ethnicity of the boyfriend? I saw a lot of comments like that. It's like, all right, that's good. Our future supreme leader is so cool, man. Is so cool. Let me see here. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. All right, back to you guys. Let's see here. It's so crazy. Like, my super chats are just like not showing up. Real Life Jeremy says Walton's funded the group that stormed the church. Fruit of Mystery says you need to take a deep dive on how Barron is a time traveler. Well, that's Charlie Kirk, according to Candace Owens. Let's see. Got that one. Just a dude on the phone says I went to my uncle's and he had an actual USS flag set up. Like it's like 98% there. He wants to sell it. You'd be the first fig I thought of. Interested? I just don't. I just don't want to spend a couple of grand on a USS Flag right now. I mean, at some point I will get one. But if they're in really good condition, typically somebody's going to want like $2,000 for it, you know? So, I mean, I really do want one, but I'm just not willing to put that type of money up right now. Google Must Die says Stalin thugs that did the same thing to churches in 1928. League of Militant Atheists. Look it up. Pre-Dog Corp says, Jeremy, did you see Kino's segment about you last night? Dude, you killed it with your quarter pounder take. Their chat loves you. Andrew Sierra says, I love it when godless heretic atheists want to tell me how to be a Christian. Brian Stewart says, real comfortable tax. MAGA Mike says, they're losing the optics battle bigly. Let me see. Nips Litter says, when you had long hair before you cut it off, I was so gay for you, Jeremy. You trolling? Bro. Okay. You made things weird. Now we've got to... You made things weird. Now we've got to fix that by showing this clip right here from the best show on TV. I'm not going to play the whole clip because we will get in trouble. So I'll play a little bit. But if you all have not, you should be watching the best show on TV. Does anybody know what show I'm talking about? I think you know, don't you? Landman, the best show on TV, hands down. And if this doesn't convince you, nothing will convince you. But I think this is going to convince you. Okay. So here's the best show on TV. Landman. There we go.
Hon, you might want to put some britches on. You're driving half the neighborhood crazy and you're getting the other half in a shitload of trouble.
Fuck him. She don't want him staring. She should give him something to stare at.
Lord, I'll tell you what, bud. Whoever catches that one's going to have a hell of a time holding on. Sure shit hope it ain't my 82-year-old father.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
I'll see you, bud.
You got it.
Okay, let's get this sucker running. I'm going to show you how to burn out in the tea.
You got to watch it. It's such a great show, man. It's so great. Best show on TV. Not even close. Evil Black Cat says, where are his shoulders? Clown Pilled 199 says, looks like Froggy Fresh took meth. Beastie Man says, Jeremy's long lost relative found. Little Jim's Halo says, Beardo Precious Tax. Dark Schwartz Rising for 20 says, if this is Jeff Dunham's new puppet, I'm going to lose it. Holy crap. You're talking about the Cyrax guy. Jeff Dunham's new puppet. That is good. That is really good. Grino Drum says, he's so ugly, I can't look away. John Wayne says, this dude looks exactly like the X-Files sewer monster. Look it up. Patriot Dad says, someone pissed in the gene pool. Prom Night Bama Baby says, going to hell tax. JB Spooky Review says, you don't want to know the lore on Cyrax, trust me. Yeah, I just like, I've heard so many people talking about this guy, and it's just it's fascinating. It's fascinating. Thank you, JB Username, for a 20, says nothing. Vaultnut 199 Gaming says, why you saving the world when you could play games? It's a good damn question. It's a damn good question. Fruit of Mystery says, you need to take a deep dive on how Baron is a towel. Yeah, I read that one earlier. I just, the Baron stuff is pretty fascinating. And I am, I'm interested to see how things are going to go for Baron, moving forward, because I mean, everybody believes that Baron Trump is the heir apparent, that he's got all of this focus and attention. However, we haven't heard him speak. We haven't heard a word from him. And I feel like there's so much expectation for him. And I am scared to put my trust into that right now, because I don't know if he wants to get involved in this. I really don't know. Uh-oh. Look at this. Just now, Trump just publicly withdrew Canada's invitation to the Board of Peace after Mark Carney criticized him at Davos. Holy shit. Dear Prime Minister Carney, please let this letter serve to represent that the Board of Peace is withdrawing its invitation to you regarding Canada's joining what will be the most prestigious board of leaders ever assembled at any time. Thank you for your attention to this matter. King Trump. King Trump. Dude is unstoppable. Don't piss off the king. Don't piss off the king. Simple as that. And we got that. Apparently Trump is really busy on True Social right now. So yeah, this was about 28 minutes ago when this was posted. And so everybody's reacting to that right now, which is so funny. Got this. Yeah, man. Trump going on True Social. You never know what he's going to say. You don't know. And I think people just sit around and just are paranoid at what Trump is going to tweet out next. They're very, very worried. This is why Twitter 1.0 banned him from the platform, because they did not want his voice out there. Under Armour Gamer says, by the way, Ryan was awesome in Landman. Fantastic Knox says, I thought that chick in Landman clip wasn't wearing anything. That bright pink blends with her skin color. I hope the YouTube censors don't believe that. I may have to edit that out. You are right about that. Mike Middleton says, Mike with 279. Let's go. Big support. Thank you. Hey, look at that. Mike with 279. Big support. Let's go. Fantastic Snow says, first Carney does deals with China, then he wants to join the Board of Peace, probably to spill the beans to any plans to China. Carney is a CCP stooge. And I think Trump sees right through it. I think he sees right through it. You know, pretty much anybody with a working brain sees through that bullshit. So Mr. No One says, Trump walked in and flopped his American D on the table and told the world, you're welcome for your freedom. Linko Kenobi says, what's up, Jeremy? He says, was wondering if you got my Twitter message I sent a couple days ago. Anyway, I'm going to watch Mercy tonight. Hope you all have a wonderful night. Hail the 199. I didn't, but I will check it now. Zinnia Businesses, for those that will be affected, hope y'all got your bread and milk. Talking about the winter storm. Ministry of All Things says, the left thinks they can beat Trump on this. The Greenland cope is insane. Even if they somehow back out, Trump will bring pain. Jesus says, King Trump forever. Philip Johnson says, God Emperor Trump forever. None shall stand before his might. Libs tremble at the sight of his approach, and world leaders heel to his command. MAGA. Ministry of All Things says, my bad man. Chad says, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Let's see. I don't know what your name is, but hail Trump, God Emperor of Greenland. Philip says, bring back Beardo to fuck up reading super chats. I do good. I do a good enough job of that myself. Let's see. What? Trans Girly. That's the name. Typing this with one hand, big D-Day, tell me when. Oh my God. Mods, ban this account. Thrud says, is that guy what Gary looked like in prison? Twisted Clown says, dang, that's Joe Deere Tay's cousin. Ev says, man's so cross-eyed he could see 360 degrees. Kevin Spears says, he is the king of Florida men. Munchie Ninja says, he's lying. He's already killed his family. I don't want to know that, man. I don't know. That's just that situation with that guy is kind of wild. So let's see. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure says, I know you're cool with the quartering. I respect that you stand by people you're cool with. Quartering is on his lolcow arc. When Hannah Claire contract expires, she is probably going on casino. Listen, man, look, I think that people are their own worst enemy. I don't think the internet is a complicated place. I think the internet is a very, very it's a very simple process on the internet. When you take the internet too seriously, the internet will kick your ass. When you think you're smarter than the internet will roast you. When you think that you're better than the internet will tear you down. The internet is meant to meme, laugh, and judge how hot a chick is. It's pretty much what the internet's for. Memes, laugh at shit, and judge women on their looks. And that's the most simplistic terms you can put it right there. Now, there's a little bit more detail and nuance to it, but like that's generally what the internet's for. We laugh, we roast, we meme, and we talk about hot women. Pretty much it. So, whenever you, the most powerful tool on the internet is self-awareness. And when you have self-awareness, you typically can stay out of a lot of dumb shit. But when you think you're better than the internet will humble you. It will humble you very quickly. And I didn't learn this overnight. I've been doing this for a long time. It took me a long time to learn all the shit that I'm doing now, you know? But just don't think you're better than the internet. Simple as that. Let me see. JB Spooky review. Oh, yeah, you sent me that one. I got that one. Got that one. I think we're almost caught up here. Now, I got more stuff to talk about, so don't go anywhere if you're still here hanging out, because there's plenty more. There's plenty more to talk about. It's just that the super chats are so fucked up right now. Jeremy humbles the internet. Me? Not me. I just spend more time laughing at shit. Memes and shit like that. Like, for instance, okay, do you want me to show you one of the key things that the internet is for? Do you ever get to a point where you're like, oh man, the chat's not moving very fast. Man, they're getting a little bored with what I'm doing. Oh man, maybe they're not interested. Oh, I know how to get the internet interested. Give me just 1 minute. So this is, I'm helping live streamers out. Okay. If you ever get to feel like you're like, oh man, I've been live for like an hour, 2 hours, you know, things are getting boring. I got to do something to get the chat going. Hey chat, do you pick A or B? There you go. Do you pick A or B? Simple as that. I mean, the clear answer is B, by the way. B is the answer. And it's not even close. Actually, let's poll the chat. Let's poll the chat, okay? Start poll. A or B. Okay? Let's see who wins. B, less drama. Wow, B is winning by a lot, actually. Let's be clear. Long Claw is A black. Important. Oh, God. Oh, shit. I love the fucking internet. This is an 80-20 issue. So there you have it. So again, I'm just trying to help out. So when you feel like, man, the chat's not, you know, they're not engaged with the conversation, you know, well, blah, 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 then here's what you do right here. All right. You do this. You bring that up. All right. Simple as that. And it helps. It helps a lot. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for 20 says, you're right about the internet. When Confiscate tried to brigade your chat, instead of banning people, you laughed and made money on it. And that's why I'm a fan. Even if you're a grifter, hail the 199. Yeah, man. Like, you just got to laugh at dumb shit, man. That's what I do. You have to make people think that they are, you know, getting one over on you, while at the same time just laughing at it. That's just what the internet's for. So C for Anna Paulina Luna. Well, she would win big time. She would win big time. But anyway, there you go. So B is winning 76%, pretty much runaway 76-24. So there you have it. Okay, we will return if you guys start getting bored again. We will return. Okay. Boomer Sooner says, so so that's what happened to Froggy Fresh. I got that one too. Got that one. Rob says that Cyrax dude looks like someone took a stereotypical meth head off the set of Breaking Bad and gave him a gorilla mask. Fantastic Knox says Trump shouldn't let Starmer on the board of peace. Should let Starmer on the board of peace as well. He recently agreed to let China build a huge embassy near an area of critical significance. BK says we're bored, Jeremy. Well, okay, so and let me just teach you this. So when I did this, all right, and someone sent Garfield's Bizarre Adventure just sent a super chat talking about somebody that's going to clip me. I brought that super chat up with this on screen, so when I'm clipped, the entire chat is going to be talking about these two chicks. They don't give a fuck about me. They don't give a fuck about me. You just put women up on a screen. Nobody gives a shit about anything you're talking about anymore. Nobody cares. And that's the beauty of the internet, realizing that you don't matter if there's a hot chick on screen. This is it. This is how the internet works. Okay. Crazy Kata for $1. Thank you. Crazy Kata says, tucking. What was that, Jeremy? Exactly. Nobody's listening to me. Nobody cares. Real talk. All right. Next up, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, everybody's talking about the Canada thing right now. So I'm glad that that's getting some traction because Trump is going to focus in on Canada sooner or later. Sooner or later, he will. I don't know if you, but Trump is suing J.P. Morgan for $5 billion.
But first, breaking tonight, President Trump's team is outlining the composition and mission for his newly created Board of Peace to oversee the Gaza territory. We're also learning additional details about the administration's plans for Greenland. Much of it has to do with U.S. national defense. Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy starts us off tonight live from the North Lawn. Good evening, Peter.
Good evening, Brett. The only expense, according to President Trump, just now aboard Air Force One for the United States in this new Greenland agreement is going to be whatever it costs the U.S. to build Golden Dome interceptors there. And the president says the U.S. isn't just going to go take over small pockets of land there, but rather they are going to do so in conjunction with NATO.
Essentially, it's total access. It's
they're going to talk about the J.P. Morgan thing here in just a minute.
There's no end. There's no time limit.
Forever into the future, the U.S. can count on Golden Dome outposts in Greenland if and when an agreement is finalized. President Trump posts further information will be made available as discussions progress. Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and various others as needed will be responsible for the negotiations. They will report directly to me.
I was very excited to be back in Toledo today, but for a brief second, I forgot where I was coming. I opened the window and I thought the president had sent me to Greenland.
The president says with Greenland, the U.S. is getting everything it has asked for.
We're not doing a 99 or a 10-year or anything else, you know, the famous 99-year deals that you hear about. Because countries can't do it for that. Countries go on longer.
Top cabinet officials see Greenland as important to the U.S. as the 49th state.
When we acquired Alaska, everybody thought that was, again, Seward's folly. There was only 33,000 people living in Alaska. Now there's 750,000. And as you know,
I didn't even know that. There was only that many people living in Alaska when we acquired Alaska. I didn't even know that.
And it's a mineral and energy powerhouse as well as the front line of security.
Security in God.
Jason in my chat says, hang on. Jason in my chat says, D-Day Cobra, I'm bored. Where the fuck did it go? What did you say? Jason says, I'm poor and bored. Help a brother out. Yeah, I mean, if you guys can send me more super chats to make Jason feel better, I'm happy about that. I'm willing to do that. So I really appreciate you asking, Jason. So yeah, there we go. I'm poor and bored. Help a brother out. Yeah. So if you guys want to send me super chats, it will make Jason feel much better. And I appreciate you, Jason. And so just live vicariously through me. And I think this is gonna make you feel great. This is gonna make you're gonna feel great. We're all gonna feel great. Everybody's gonna be happy. So yeah, man. Hopefully that works for you, buddy. We'll do what we can.
Gaza is coming together as the Board of Peace Charter was signed in Davos. The president says the Board of Peace is something that the world has never seen before, very special. Charter members include Israel, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar. European allies like the UK and France aren't ready to sign on to the charter, but the Board of Peace is moving forward regardless.
This board has the chance to be one of the most consequential bodies ever created.
And during...
Is this where we're at now? Where people are going to be in the chat? I'm poor and jobless. Send Jeremy money to make me feel
the flight in progress back from Switzerland to Joint Base Andrews, President Trump was asked by a reporter if he plans to remain chairman of the Board of Peace even after he leaves office, after he leaves the White House. The president said he thinks theoretically it should be a job for life, but he's not sure if that's what he wants. Brett.
And Peter, why did President Trump sue America's biggest bank today?
President Trump sued JP Morgan for $5 billion because he says they debanked him unfairly for political reasons after the January 6th, 2021 riot on Capitol Hill.
They did debank him for unjust reasons. That's absolutely what they did. Like, imagine debanking a former president of the United States of America. Let's back this up one more time.
Brett.
And Peter, why did President Trump sue America's biggest bank today?
President Trump sued JP Morgan for $5 billion because he says they debanked him unfairly for political reasons after the January 6th, 2021 riot on Capitol Hill. JP Morgan's response to that is that they regret President Trump suing them, but, and this is a quote, they say they respect the president's right to sue them. Right.
Peter Ducey live in the North Lawn. Peter, thanks.
Fuck them. I just hope that this goes very bad for them. Now, they're probably going to settle, probably. But I hope that he takes them to the cleaners. Oh, we respect his right to sue us. What? That is such a politically correct thing. Like, why wouldn't your response be, we don't agree with this at all, and we are going to fight because we disagree completely with the premise of this? But you said that's them being very scared of Trump. That's what that is. That's them being very scared of Trump. I mean, you are being sued by the president of the United States. So they're probably like, shit. And I think that they're trying to kiss up to him, but it's too late. Too late for that. Let's see where we're at here. JB Username says, put up another poll or stare directly into the camera. Wife gets home in 30. I need to finish. What? JB, what? No.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Marmella says broke viewers tax. Boy Named Blue says, Jeremy, you fear U.S. starting World War III. I'm looking at Trump's Oval Office picture in Greenland and Canada and thinking if UN is pissed about U.S. and Greenland, they'll be livid if we go after Canada. I don't think that. So here's what I truly believe about all of the noise that these clowns make when Trump is making his moves. I don't believe that any of them mean a damn word that they say. I believe that this is all posturing, but they don't actually mean anything. I believe that they are trying to posture for their their people and their voters and all of that, but they don't actually mean any of it. And they understand that they can't really fuck with the US, but they need to make their audience feel good. They need to make their audience feel very good. Like, hey guys, I'm standing up to Trump. He's not, and privately they ain't doing shit. And this is why, like, as soon as Trump goes over there to Davos and he just gets what he wants, there was like no real negotiation there. Like, Trump makes a crazy statement, gets the conversation started way the fuck out there, and ultimately it's back down to where he wants it. And I think Trump wants more than what is being offered, or the deal that's in place, the framework that's in place for Greenland. I think he wants more than that. But he also understands that by getting something done makes it easier to then continue to move forward. So he knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Andrew Sierra says, feel better tax. Look at that. See? So nice. So nice. Be Good Broadcast says, get well soon, Jason. Baby says, feel better soon, Jason. Great Tanger 5 says nothing. Donnie Quid says, Jason, poor as shit tax. Heir to the Empire says, poor and bored tax. Fantastic Snuck says, oh, since we're talking about Davos, Netherlands or EU are looking to make social media platform to rival Twitter called X, backed by a rich probably person in the EU. We've been down this road. So remember, what was it called? What was the fucking Mark Zuckerberg deal? Threads. Sorry. It took me forever to think about this. So Mark Zuckerberg, who runs Facebook, who runs Instagram, which is two of the biggest social media platforms in the entire world, came out with Threads. Threads comes out, has this massive number of people that go to the platform. And guess what? A month later, it was fucking dead. Zero. Nobody's there. If Mark Zuckerberg cannot create a platform that competes with Elon, nobody can. And I'm not saying that Mark Zuckerberg is legit. Like, Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp are all among the biggest platforms in the entire country. As much as I don't use Facebook, I absolutely use Facebook Messenger. I think Messenger is the best messaging platform by a mile. It's not even close. Even though Facebook as a platform is awful, Messenger works great. And so Elon still owns all the Twitter domain names. Yeah, whatever that deal is, but Threads is still a thing. It is, but nobody's over there. Nobody's on there. Facebook Marketplace is good for local stuff. Yeah, I've used Facebook Marketplace a little bit. So I kind of would like to move back in using Facebook, but every time I go to Facebook, my feed is full of legit fake news. Like, I couldn't believe the amount of lies that I was seeing. And it's like, people on Facebook believe it because they're all a bunch of old boomers. And so people on Facebook believe all of this bullshit. It's crazy. So it's like, at least on Twitter, you got community notes and it helps you navigate some of that. But bro, on Facebook, holy shit. I couldn't believe it. Lady Aaron D says, I got rid of Facebook. Too much TDS. Yeah, I don't even know if there's that on there. I mean, from my perspective, that's not what I witnessed. I'm sure it is, but I just, the fake news was just out of control, man. I was like, wow. And people were just eating it up. I bet people, Jeremy hated community notes. I still do. But it does kind of help navigate some of that stuff, because Community notes still, I see community notes being just as much as it helps for a lot of things. It's also a hall monitor, which I hate. It also just like comments on a post and it's like, this is a troll. It's like, I don't need community notes to tell me if something's a troll. I need community notes to tell me if something is being presented as factual news when it's not. But when it becomes a hall monitor, I don't like that shit. When it becomes just a tattletale of like, this is a troll post. It's like, okay, I don't need you to tell me it's a troll post. Let's see. Oracle of Doom says, I swear that you were going to say Psycrack was a distant relative. Hail, Cobra Commander. Hail, the 199. The Shadow Master says, found original clips I mentioned last night. Just DM'd you on Instagram. They're amazing. I have my, I'm going to start using Instagram a little more. I don't know if people want to follow me over there, but I am on Instagram right here. So if you guys want to follow me over there, and if you want to message me stuff over there as well. But Jessica was helping run it and Krista. Now neither one of them. So don't think you're talking to Krista or Jessica any fucking more. Okay. So don't be like, hey, Krista, hey, Jessica. No, it's me now. Okay, motherfuckers. So don't think that it's Krista or Jessica. Okay. Sorry. Not no more. Good Lord. Hey, Jessica, just wanted to send this to Jeremy. Chris, I just want to send this to Jeremy. And it's something literally that I don't care about, just so you can sit there and talk to them. Damn, who would want to talk to you? Says 1992 space movie. You make a good point. Blackguard for 20 says, President Trump is the biggest player hater of all time when he talks shit to other world leaders. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you. Dude, it's so savage how Trump just annihilates them. I love it so much. It's great. It is great. Man, Rubio, let's see. How it started, how it's going.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
I have to mute that, but yeah, good old Rubio. Look at him, man. Rubio's got a lot of jobs. Got to give him credit, man. He's I like the Rubio memes. They're really good, though. Udaman says, broke member message. Great thing says, did you see Russell Crowe talking about the new Gladiator film? If you already covered it, I missed it. Talking about, no, I haven't seen that. I haven't even seen him talking about that. So, is that recent or what? I may have to look that up. I do have to make a couple of videos for Geeks and Gamers tonight. Fantastic Knox says, the internet gives and the internet can take away. Boom. Simple as that. Just, again, it really just comes down to don't take yourself too seriously on the internet. Now, there's people that can get away with that stuff. So, like, there's a lot of mainstream people that can get away with that. And people that are mainstream adjacent. So, like, the Patrick Bet-Davids of the world, you know, people like that, Tim Pool, like, they're mainstream. They're basically mainstream internet people. They're not in this for the people. They're not in this, they're in this to talk not with you. They're here to talk down to you because they feel that they know more than you. And I'm not saying that like to be disrespectful or whatever. It's just, that's the truth. That's the absolute truth is like they think that they are better than you. And they think that you don't have a voice in their eyes. So they don't think you're important. You're irrelevant. The chat, the YouTube chat's irrelevant to people like that. Like if you look at it, when Patrick Bet-David and the guys go live, they're not talking to the chat. They're talking basically to themselves. But it works. They get a lot of people watching them. And it works. So I'm not hating. I'm just saying that there's a different level to what they do versus what I do. Daniel Moore Business 199 says Daniel Moore. Fantastic Knox says, here's the thing with Greenland. Denmark says no to USA being there, but Denmark was okay with China building infrastructure there as far back as 2017. This is true. Johnny Wiskin says, since 2009, I think I've called Facebook face shit. Fantastic Knox says, remember when Facebook had a fact checking, then they took it away because it was owning the left and was doing bogus fact checking. It got taken down. Yeah, and that's what's going to happen with AI is AI, as long as you let AI just be as independent as possible, AI tends to be very racist because most people are that way in real life anyway. And that's just a normal way to be. So that's why AI ends up being extremely racist for the most part. And then they have to tweak it. Like, no, you can't be like that. You can't be like that. Cole House says, yo, my brother, Jeremy. Pattern recognition. Yes. JDT 199 says, I can't believe that Amanda. You think I'm going to read that for $5, bro? I'm definitely going to read ahead and think before I say it. Okay. There you have it. Let's see. Something music tributes. I can't tell what it says, but be less violence. Be less violence if ICE protesters would just stop, collaborate, and listen. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Trans girly says, still haven't said when I'm right at the end. What? You got to send more than 5 if you want me to keep reading that gay shit, okay? Those are the rules. I don't make up the rules. I just have to follow them. And if you're sending gay shit, I at least got to get paid off that, okay? Breaking mugshots of the St. Paul church stormers. Whatever her name is. What a day. Let's add Don Lemon. The fact that these people got arrested and Don Lemon didn't get arrested is bullshit. That is white privilege. Maybe it's because he's got a white boyfriend privilege. I don't know. Is that what it is? Rapid Response 47 is tagging Mark Kearney. They are making sure he sees this shit. They're like, hey, Mark Kearney, here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Don Lemon kissed the organizer of the church storming who has now been arrested. They're friends. Arrest Don Lemon. So you had a left-wing activist judge block the arrest warrant for Don Lemon. This is bullshit right here. This is absolute bullshit. But again, this is what I keep saying about the left. It's a Democrat-run city. There's only so much Trump can do. If you have a problem with what's going on in your state, deal with the local leaders that have made it this shithole. Tim Walz, Jacob Fry, left-wing judges. These are the people that are ruining your state. It's not Trump. It's not Trump. Now, there's been these reports right here of Donald Trump having a, what was it, like his hand or whatever. Let's see if I can find this. So, Trump, this spot on his hand, and the left is making a big deal of it. Trump addressed it, but yeah, right here. So this picture, people are freaking out over this, but that's Trump's hand right there. And all of the left-wing outlets are making a big deal of it, making it out like something's wrong with Trump. So leftists are furious after President Trump confirms nothing is wrong with his health. Quote, we saw your bruising. I'm good. I clipped it on a table. I take the big aspirin. Doctor said I don't need it, but I don't take chances.
Makes our farmers happy, and that makes me happy. Thank you very much, everybody.
We saw the bruising on your hand. Are you okay?
Very good.
Good.
I clipped it on the table. So I put a little, what do they call it, cream on it. But I clipped it. I would say take aspirin if you like your heart, but don't take aspirin if you don't want to have a little bruising. You know, if you take I take the big aspirin. And when you take the big aspirin, they tell you you're bruised. The doctor said, you don't have to take that, sir. You're very healthy. I said, I'm not taking any chances. So anyway, but that's one of the side effects of taking aspirin. Thank you very much, everybody.
Listen, man, there is nothing wrong with President Trump, okay? He is a young, vibrant man.
I just feel like a young man. I'm so young. I can't believe it. I'm the youngest person. I am a young, vibrant man. I look at Joe. I don't know about him. I don't know. Macho man, yeah.
He's good. He's good. Now, if you missed it earlier, Trump tweeted this out. Record numbers all over the place. Should I try for a fourth term? And you know the left is losing their minds over this. You know it's happening. You know that they're freaking out. And they should be. They should be, because they can't stop what's coming. They can't stop it. They can try. But they can't stop the Trump train. Nobody can stop the Trump train. They've tried, and guess what? They keep failing. Matter of fact, Jesse Waters has this. This is what happens when you sabotage Trump right here.
Let's check in on Davos.
My prediction is there'll be more robots than people. Everyone on Earth is going to have one and going to want one, because who wouldn't want a robot to, assuming it's very safe, watch over your kids, take care of your pet.
He's not wrong in the masses are going to eat up robots. The masses are going to, and that is what's scary about all of this.
If you have elderly parents, we are in the most interesting time in history.
A robot who takes care.
Okay. I hate to be the realist here on the internet, Elon. Okay. The majority of people are going to fuck the robots. That's what they're going to use the robots for. The majority of people are going to use the robots to have sex with the robots. That's what they're going to do.
Time in history.
A robot who takes care of us? Didn't we already try that with Biden? The auto pen just cut checks, pardoned crooks, and almost bankrupted us. I want a boss with flesh and bones, who I don't need to program and charge his battery. Like the man who never sleeps. Trump is landing back in America tonight after a pretty busy 48 hours in Davos. When he was in Switzerland, not sure if you heard.
Look at this. Like, you're making my point. 1992 space movie. I would only if the robot if it was hot.
He demoted the UN and created the Board of Peace and packed it with his golfing buddies.
I think, let me see. Yeah, every one of them is a friend of mine. A couple I like, a couple I don't like. No, I like, actually, this group, I like every single one of them. Can you believe it? Usually I have about 2 or 3 that I can't stand.
And in a shocking development, Trump named himself the chairman of the board and called it an honor and hired the UN as his secretary.
He named himself the chairman and then said, it's an honor. It's an honor for me to name myself.
Once this board is completely formed, we can do pretty much whatever we want to do, and we'll do it in conjunction with the United Nations. You know, I've always said the United Nations has got tremendous potential, has not used it. On the 8 wars that I ended, I never spoke to the United Nations about any of them.
This is what happens when you sabotage Trump's escalator and Jimmy with his teleprompter. The Trump Board of Peace already doing more than the UN. We're building golf clubs in Gaza. The only thing they'll be fighting over now is tea times.
This is a great location. It all begins. See, I'm a real estate person at heart, and it's all about location. And I said, look at this location on the sea. Look at this beautiful piece of property, what it could be for so many people. It'll be so great. People that are living so poorly are going to be living so well.
Look into the future. The Board of Peace is envisioning what looks like Dubai on the Mediterranean. Kind of looks like a Muslim Miami Beach. But just because it's the Board of Peace doesn't mean we're not going to get a piece of the action.
What about the formation of the Peace Summit? And I was like, is that PIEC? You know, a little piece of Greenland, a little piece of Venezuela.
Elon's got Gutfeld writing his jokes. Poor guy. But he's right. It's not just a little.
Elon is not funny in terms of what he says. He's funny because he's so fucking awkward. And it's how cheesy he is and how awkward he is. What he says is not funny, but he is so weird that it makes it funny.
Piece of Greenland. Trump says we're getting full access.
I'm not going to have to pay anything. We're going to have total access to Greenland. We're going to have all military access that we want. We're going to be able to put what we need on Greenland because we want it. We're talking about national security and international security. So we're going to not have to pay anything other than the fact that we are building the Golden Dome and the gold.
Dude, they were willing to put up $700 billion, which would have fundamentally helped in so many ways. Would have helped Denmark, would have helped the citizens of Greenland, everything. And they're like, the TDS wouldn't allow them to just take that deal.
Golden Dome is going to be something that's going to be very amazing.
The deal right now, and it's still being hashed out, will give the United States pockets of sovereignty. Basically, huge chunks of territory run like American embassies all over the island. Right now, we just have one military base there. We'll be adding dozens more. We're also getting major mineral rights. We'll get rights of first refusal, and we'll get veto power over Russian and Chinese mining operations. The deal also includes missile rights for the Golden Dome and an enhanced NATO presence. And Greenland not saying no.
We are willing to discuss and do more. We have a responsibility. So let's talk about it through the right channels in a respectful manner. Then I'm sure we can work something out that benefits all of us.
If Greenland keeps behaving, we might let them have a hockey team. And maybe we'll film some movies up there, open up a Walmart. See that, Europe? That's good parenting.
That's right. Like, again, the only reason you would not want to be part of the United States of America is TDS. It's literally the only reason. There's no negative to this. Being part of the United States means you are completely protected. You are part of the biggest superpower the world has ever fucking seen. There is no negative to this. Nobody is going to fuck with you. No one. You have infinite security the moment that you become part of the United States. How is that a bad thing? How is that a negative? Why would you turn that down? TDS is literally the only reason.
You behave, you get a treat. NATO isn't even getting in the way. The chief says it's basically a done deal.
All of this is not about Greenland or the Arctic. First of all, this is about how can we protect ourselves against our adversaries. Our main adversary is Russia for NATO. And of course, we see China massively building up. So let's not be naive about China. But Russia is our main adversary.
The Europeans threw a tantrum and finally daddy came home. But the Germans are jealous. But let's be honest, the Germans have daddy issues.
Protect Denmark, Greenland, the North from the threat posed by Russia.
Well, the last time Germany tried to protect somebody, Austria got invaded. The Germans need to settle down. Germany's like an abusive father. They ignore you until they want something, and then they hit you and tell you it's only because I love you. President Trump says if anything happened to Greenland, we'd be there for NATO. But when something happened to us on 9/11, was NATO there for us?
We've never needed them. we have never really asked anything of them. You know, they'll say they sent some troops to Afghanistan or this or that. And they did. They stayed a little back, a little off the front lines.
We think
Poppin' Fresh J with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Red Review Studio says, I am starting to believe that Trump is a robot, lol. He might be, honestly. He might be. Black Garferton says, Marco Rubio, Sultan of Iran, Premier of Venezuela, Earl of Greenland, Duke of Gaza. By the time he becomes president of the U.S., he'll have many more titles to his name, pretty much. Let's see. Daniel Moore Business says, look up the new MCU key. Art, some crazy choices. New MCU key. I'll have to look that up. Joe Bitt says, take the big aspirin, Jeremy. Driver 3692 says, Dr. Drew talked about the bruising on the Adam Carolla show recently. Drew had one on his arm. It's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. It's the left like hoping that it's something, but it's nothing.
NATO for helping us in the war on terror. We thank them a lot. The president's point was we can't rely on a small country like Denmark to protect a huge island in our own hemisphere. Even Zelensky gets it. He's calling the Europeans weak wafflers with their hands out.
Europe needs to know how to defend itself. Europe looks lost trying to convince the US president to change. But he will not change. President Trump loves who he is. And he's.
To be fair, Zelensky learned the hard way. Zelensky learned the hard way.
Says he loves Europe, but he will not listen to this kind of Europe.
Wow, look at Zelensky, all grown up. He put on a suit, got a job, stopped asking for money.
Put on a suit, got a job, and stopped asking for money. Holy shit.
And at first, Zelensky cried and stomped his feet, remember? But then he realized Dad was right. That's why Z's calling Trump strong and Europe weak. Sure, Europe was throwing money at them, but does money solve everybody's problems? Sometimes it spoils them. A good parent teaches their kids respect and gives them deadlines. A bad parent just gives them cash and never checks in. Like the auto pen. Biden threw cash around all over the world, tried to bribe his problems away, and the world walked all over him. Biden and Barack Obama got along so well with Europe because they both believed the West was in decline, and they never did anything about it. They just managed their own decline. Now, this may be acceptable in Europe, but when Donald Trump was elected president of the United States, everything changes. We're in a moment of radical change. These moments come maybe like once a century. AI, the Arctic, trade, China, it's all happening. And America's taking the lead. Iranian nukes, Maduro, Gaza. Now the Cuban communist regime might be about to collapse.
I do like when you hear stuff like this and you hear how much things are changing, which they are. Like, I know that there's a lot of people online, the black pillars, and they're like, oh, nothing's ever happening. You are just too dumb to realize that there is so much shit happening. I do think that a lot of the people that constantly say nothing ever happens, their brains have been fried by the TikTok world, social media world, where they need instant return. They need that they need that dopamine hit of like, I need instant gratification. I need what I want needs to happen right now. Like literally right now. They don't understand that things take time. When you're literally trying to change the fucking world and you're fighting the most powerful people in the world, shit takes time. And so that's what I think a lot of these people have looked at. And so maybe not everything that you want to happen is happening. That's just not reality either. That's a spoiled brat mentality. We're not always going to get what we want in life. We're not always going to get everything. That's not how life works. It's never been how it works. But we live in this world where, again, it's people's brains have been rewired to a point where so many people are broken. So this mentality of you can get anything you want at any time is so drastically different from what people my age experienced growing up, and then even the generation before me and all that. So like, again, I grew up in a time where like you didn't have access to the entire world. You didn't know what was going on in the entire world. You didn't, if they didn't have a toy at Walmart, I wasn't getting shit. Like, it's not like you could go on Amazon or eBay and order anything you want at any given moment in time. You were like excited to go to the store to see if they had the thing you wanted, you know, or some shit like that. And now it's just like these kids, they can just order whatever the fuck they want at any given time, and they don't have to wait. They wait like a day. You know, Amazon has it on their front door the next fucking day. And that type of stuff kind of really messes with your psyche, and it makes you think that everything is a snap away of like being what you want. And that's just not how the real world works at all. That's how I guess this new internet world works. So you hear all these people complaining constantly about nothing ever happens. And what they're essentially telling you is my brain has been fried by social media and I don't have any understanding of anything going on. And I'm a spoiled child. And if I'm not getting exactly what I want, I'm just going to cry. That's it. Let's see. Daniel Moore Businesses. I meant key art with comma was in the wrong place. Oh, no problem, man. All good. Ruby with a gifted membership. Thank you. Appreciate that. Lapco says, hey, Jared, I know you want 83 million from me, but be patient. This is only the start. Reasonable parents don't give instant gratification. I like your thinking, Lapco. I like your thinking. Appreciate that. Now I got something to look forward to, you know, because if you give it to me all at once, it's like, hey, you know, it's awesome for a little while. But if you spread that out and make me work for it, that's it right there. Patience is a virtue. Correct. Proud American. Correct. Maximus America says these IDOTs need to leer. It's a new world now. America is asserting its rightful place. Trump 2028. 1000%. And look, man, while Trump is leading the charge, we're in good shape. We got JD Advance backing him up.
Now, I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it that I'm the greatest wrestler alive today.
You guys got to follow the Dilly Meme Team. Those guys are the best. Dilly Meme Team created that one and many others. They are awesome. A lot of them watch this show, but they're great. Let's continue.
Goes back together. The TikTok deal just went through. The Taiwan trade deal just got papered. And the Board of Peace, licking its chops, wondering how to price seaside condos on the Mediterranean. Everything is falling into place. But Gavin Newsom's in Davos holding up props like Carrot Top, making gay oral sex jokes. Listen.
You're running around distributing.
I haven't even seen this.
Knee pads to CEOs, and I think it does.
Handing them out,
and it
does.
I
do have a few if you'd like.
And
I don't know.
And honestly, it sounds.
By the way, I'm not kidding. They're the new Trump signature series knee pads. Yeah, and they are available online. I told you the last one sold out.
No, this is so bad. Oh man, that's bad.
And I just want to sort of.
It's a serious moment. It actually, but we laugh. Anyway, these are available and in bulk too.
Gavin stalked Air Force One to Switzerland and waved around knee pads. It's kind of weird. Gavin officiates gay weddings in San Francisco and hawks knee pads for $100 a pop. What does Gavin think this is a WNBA game? Throwing around sex toys? Where does he get all of these knee pads anyway? It's none of my business. Then he started whining that Trump wouldn't let him in the club.
I was going to speak last night. It was a well-established event at the USA House. Simple conversation, discussion after Trump's speech. They made sure that I didn't. They made sure it was canceled. And that's what's happening in the United States of America. Freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, freedom of speech. It's America in reverse.
If the bouncer doesn't let you in the door, don't moan. Just do what Melania says and be better. Who follows a sitting president overseas and then starts throwing around sex equipment? Now, I wouldn't let you in the club either. When Gavin got a chance to speak, he just sounded like Jessica Tarlov, who I love.
I want you to know Donald Trump is an historic president. That's absolutely correct. He's historically unpopular in the United States of America. In every category, he's underwater.
Who are you trying to convince, Gavin? It sounds like you're trying to convince yourself. It really does feel like he is trying to convince himself of this.
He will be remembered in years, not decades.
Gavin's a lame duck governor running for president, and he's acting like one of these Minneapolis mommies with a whistle, chasing down men and getting in their way and screaming. Trump's cabinet's getting kind of creeped out. They're calling him a psycho San Francisco Ken doll. Listen.
Yeah, I mean, somebody just said it in the chat, but it's like if you're the moderator, I don't know if this guy is like supposed to like challenge Gavin, but it's like, why wouldn't you in that moment go, how do you explain him winning the popular vote and every swing state? If that's the case, Governor Newsom. Just curious, how do you explain that? He would have no answer.
The Treasury Secretary described you as Patrick Bateman meets Sparkle Beach Ken. The White House Communications Director. Hold on.
You're literally acting like him right there. You're literally acting like Patrick Bateman with that response. Holy shit.
San Francisco Ken doll. Listen.
The Treasury Secretary described you as Patrick Bateman meets Sparkle Beach Ken. The White House Communications Director.
That was the U.S. Secretary of Treasury.
I have a couple more, and then you can respond. The White House Communications Director called you Gavin Newsom, and
Newsom.
Is that kind of discourse from you, from them, good for America?
No, it's deeply unbecoming. Come on, of course it is. It's not what we should be doing. The Treasury Secretary talked about a Barbie doll. It was as if he was reading a diary and had just broken up with someone.
Why is Newsom getting emotional? The only one more emotional than Newsom's Canada.
Canada doesn't live because of the United States. Canada thrives because we are Canadian.
Holy shit. That has to be one of the funniest comments I have ever heard in response. What a horrifically bad answer.
Canada doesn't live because of the United States. Canada thrives because we are Canadian.
What? Woo! All right, that was good.
No one cares about Canada. We love them, but we don't think of them, ever. No one else does either. We trade, sometimes they're in the Stanley Cup. That's it. All of a sudden, after no one's heard from Canada since the 18th century, Gavin slapped on his knee pads and started looking up north.
Destruction is not strength. The Trump administration is weakness masquerading as strength. And people need to understand that. I respect what Carney did because he had courage of convictions. He stood up. And I think we need to stand up in America and call this out with clarity. We could.
The beautiful thing here is because I do believe that Gavin Newsom is a very, very dangerous politician. I think that he's a dangerous politician for, let me say this. Gavin Newsom is a dangerous politician because women have the ability to vote. And women will see Gavin Newsom and they'll be like, oh, I would vote for him. The same reason they voted for what's his fucking name? Trudeau. Like, women are stupid. And so Gavin Newsom is good at playing that role up. The problem is with Trump, I feel that Trump has broken like this facade that Gavin Newsom has been able to project out there, because I feel like, and maybe I'd have to go back and look at this, but I feel like 5 years ago, when Gavin Newsom would talk, he felt like he believed what he was saying. And it felt like he was a slick kind of like salesman that could pull this off. Trump is in his head so much that he seems emotionally unstable when he's making the same points that he used to make. He really feels unhinged, and he feels like he's trying to convince himself as much as it feels like instead of convincing everyone else, he's trying to convince himself.
And lose our republic as we know it. Our country become unrecognizable in a matter of months, just not years. It is code red.
Does Kneepad Newsom even know what he's doing over there? He's colluding with foreign countries to undermine the sitting president of the United States, the president who achieved peace in the Middle East and got our hands on Greenland. And Newsom's trying to form an anti-American alliance to take him out. Could you imagine if Trump, when he was running for president, followed Barack Obama to Davos and told Europe to stop slobbering all over him? Politics stops at the water's edge, they say. Whatever happened to the rules and norms that Democrats always say they want to uphold? Gavin only gets attention when he drafts off other people. No one listens to his podcasts unless he has Charlie Kirk on or Shapiro or Bannon. He picks a fight with Florida just so he can debate with DeSantis on Fox. He drafts off Air Force One and makes a scene in the Swiss Alps like he's some sex toy salesman. Gavin could have gone over there like a gentleman and showed off his foreign policy chops. What's the Gavin Newsom doctrine? I'm interested. What does Governor Newsom see happening in the next 10 years? We look through his little speech.
Everything about what he has to say revolves around Trump, like every other Democrat. No Democrat actually has anything productive to say. It's that they're going to complain about Trump. That's it. That's all they have. Baronet for 20 says Soros kicked out, UN gutted, Greenland is ours, secure borders, cheaper gas, inflation stopped, lefties getting prosecuted. The naysayers are just butthurt NPCs. 1,000%. 1,000% on that. River Miles says Carney got that from Kamala. Very true. Fantastic Snot says Gavin looks like he's gooning to Seaway. Ministry of Wrong Things says the Swamp sent Gavin as their hitman to WEF in desperate attempt to undermine Trump. He was shut down and publicly humiliated. MAGA. Damn right. It looked really bad on him.
Never once mentioned Arctic security, Greenland, minerals, Russia, Ukraine, or even NATO. He gave a campaign speech to people who can't vote. And he tried to get kicked out to get a headline. Gavin can't make it on his own. He's an empty suit. And the only time he makes news is when he picks a fight with someone successful or his state catches on fire.
He's basically a YouTuber. He's like an irrelevant YouTuber who can't actually like get traction. So he has to talk about everyone else to get traction. That's literally him. That makes a lot of sense now.
This pick-me governor is a thirsty clout chaser slinging sex gear for ink. Stephen A., he gave him the spanking he was dying for.
To go over there and to be in the presence of other European leaders speaking against the president of the United States. I'm not down with that. Y'all might be, I'm not down with that. When we go somewhere else, it's America first. You know, our problems, our problems. But we ain't taking dirty laundry outside. You don't go in a world.
Dude, it's impossible for me to like really buy into anything Stephen A. says. And Stephen A will say a lot of stuff that's right, and then he will like completely. I've been watching Stephen A. Smith for so long, mainly through sports. You know, I've been watching him for so long, so I'm numb to Stephen A. Smith saying almost anything, because it just none of it feels genuine. None of it.
Stage to disrespect your own house, which is the United States of America. I don't like that at all. Not even a little bit.
The Obama crew gave him another spanking. David Axelrod said this, boy, I tell you what, Newsom's a whip-smart, charismatic Pole. His critiques of Trump are right. But this why can't people just be as courageous as me routine is tedious. Haven't we seen enough self-puffery in our leaders? Kneepad Newsom's got to grow up. But there's no father figure in the Democratic Party to discipline him and show him the ropes. Joe Biden's asleep at the beach. Obama's in Honolulu getting neutered by Michelle on Call Her Daddy. Bill Clinton, he's been held in contempt for hiding over Epstein. Who else is left? Al Gore? Gore is 77, and we're hearing reports that he was booing Trump's cabinet in Davos.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Yeesh. The Democrats are screwed big time. Dark Red Knight says Carney is fear-mongering again because there's going to be an election here soon. Well, I saw this video from Nick Shirley. Now more than ever, the U.S. is becoming closer to acquiring Greenland. The U.S. has made multiple attempts to acquire Greenland dating back to 1946. Now President Trump says a framework deal is in place. I went to Greenland to speak to Greenlanders to see what they have to say about potentially joining the U.S. Watch and share because these might be your fellow citizens soon. So here is Nick Shirley in Greenland. Here we go.
Today, I'm here in Nuuk, Greenland. I will be asking the Greenlanders here how they feel about potentially becoming part of the United States. Donald Trump recently has been very persistent about the idea of making Greenland part of the...
I will say it's beautiful there. Like, it really is a cool looking place. I mean, I wouldn't want to live there, but it is beautiful. It's really cool.
United States, saying that the United States needs Greenland for national security purposes. Currently, Greenland is an autonomous territory.
Is this old? Is it? Because he just posted it like today. Is this like a repost? Oh, hang on. I went to Greenland a year ago for this video. Okay, so this is an old video. Well, either way, it's still going to be good.
Territory of the Denmark Kingdom. However, most recently, the Prime Minister of Greenland has said that he wants to seek independence from Denmark, making this situation even more interesting. Greenland has...
But Man Bear Pig is going to kill all of us. That's right. Super cereal. Super cereal.
Key trading routes in the Arctic Circle for countries like Russia, China, Canada, the United States, making Greenland a pivotal spot in the talks of geopolitics. And this is not the first time the United States has tried to buy or acquire Greenland. In 1946, after World War II, the president at the time tried to buy Greenland for $100 million. Now let's go talk to the people here in Greenland. How do you guys feel about becoming part of the United States?
It's good.
Would you rather be a part of the United States or Denmark?
United States.
And you? United States or Denmark?
United States.
What makes you guys excited about potentially becoming a part of the United States?
McDonald's. 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 We want fast food.
Is Greenland for sale?
No, we don't want McDonald's here.
He will take all our resources from our nature and just use it for money.
Greenland is only for Greenland.
But you guys are controlled by Denmark.
In some part.
Good or bad idea for Greenland to become a part of the United States?
USA and Greenland? I think it's okay. It's good.
Is Greenland for sale?
No, definitely not. And it will never be.
What if Donald Trump does buy Greenland somehow, some way?
He won't. Greenland is for the Greenlanders.
So, I mean, we're only a minute 46 into this, but what we're learning is that no matter where you go, women are still stupid.
And we don't want to be twice colonized.
And remember these two girls, as we will talk to them later in this video about how China has made their own attempts to gain territory inside of Greenland.
Do you think Donald Trump will buy Greenland?
No, we are not for sale, but understand him fully that he's protecting our right to self-determination. And he said he will tariff Denmark if they don't respect it. So that's very good for Greenland. Denmark threatens us with taking away our right to health and education.
Really? So you wouldn't be that mad if Donald Trump did buy Greenland?
He can't.
Jeff in the chat says, Jeremy, what are your thoughts on the new Nick Fuentes video that he did today on President Trump in Greenland? I haven't watched it. If I was to speculate, he's probably complaining about Trump in Greenland. He's probably complaining about the lack of deal, if I was to speculate, but I haven't seen it. Don't really plan on watching it.
But we will certainly cooperate with the United States. We already do.
How much would you bet that Donald Trump does not buy Greenland?
My fortune.
Your fortune.
I don't want to be American. I don't want to be Dane.
So what do you want to see happen with Greenland?
I think it's natural what's going on. We've been working for self-determination for many years. We have experienced some pressure from the coming president from US, but that should not shock us. That should not shake us in our work and wishes to realize our self-determination. So it's not about Denmark, it's not about the US, it's about Greenland. Our problem is that we are situated geopolitical in the middle of two big superpowers.
Greenland could be looked at as a very vulnerable country, as there's only 57,000 citizens here.
But it doesn't matter how few or how many we are. This is our country.
It absolutely matters. If you do not have the support, it absolutely matters. That's what these idiots don't get.
And it has been, we have taken care of this long before any people could live here.
Yeah.
That's part of our heritage, and we have our rights.
In the past 4 years, the United States has given over $200 billion to countries like Ukraine, Israel, whether that be through military aid or financial aid. $200 billion is a lot of money. Yeah. So that goes to show that we have a lot of money. If Donald Trump were to offer you guys $5 billion, and you guys have 57,000 residents here, each resident would get around $100,000. Would you guys become United States citizens for $100,000?
No, I think not. Not me.
The fact that the dude wouldn't even answer and let the woman answer tells you everything you need to know about that situation. Regardless if it's a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, brother, sister, whatever. The fact that he let her answer and said nothing tells you everything you need to know about him.
Not me.
What do you think about Donald Trump wanting to buy Greenland?
I think it's a joke.
It is interesting as somebody who's from the United States because he did campaign on a lot of things, but he never brought up the idea of buying Greenland or taking over the Panama Canal. So it's kind of a new idea right now. Why do you think Donald Trump wants to take Greenland?
I think it's only because of the base, Thule base, because he's afraid of somebody's going to use it if they're not.
Would you feel more secure knowing that you have the largest military in the world, that being the United States?
No.
Creighton says, I really don't like Shirley's interview style. I love what he's done, but he sounds like what I would have if I tried to do the job. Yeah, I mean, look, I was watching Asmongold the other day, and he was reacting to what was this whole thing with Nick Shirley and Channel 5. And Asmon kind of went overboard a little bit by criticizing Nick Shirley and how he communicates. I would agree with Asmon that Nick Shirley is not the greatest communicator in the world, but I feel like Asmon went he mentioned it 100 times that Nick Shirley's not a great speaker. And I was like, I mean, he's not the best, but he's not that bad. He's what Nick Shirley is authentic. No one is looking for the best speaker. No one is looking for the most articulate person. They're looking for authenticity. Elon Musk is, in my opinion, Elon is a horrible speaker. Elon is a bad speaker, but he's Elon Musk. And even with Trump, if if you want to look at it from like a straight up, like how well spoken someone is, Trump is not well spoken, but Trump is Trump and it works. And he might be the single most effective communicator in our lifetime. So I don't really think that the whole communicator thing it really matters. I think Nick Shirley is authentic, and that's all that really matters.
I don't want the military in Greenland. We don't have anything to do with war, and we will never have something to do with it.
So are you worried that if Donald Trump does buy Greenland, war could...
He cannot buy Greenland, I'm pretty sure.
And what would happen if the military of the United States did show up here on your shores? What would the reaction be of the Greenlanders?
I think people is going to be afraid because, like I said, Greenland have nothing to do with war, and we will never have something to do with war.
The Prime Minister of Greenland did say he is ready to talk with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Does that concern you at all?
Not at all, because he's only saying it so if they want to expand on the Thule, because it's already written that they can expand and do what they want up there. So I'm not afraid of that.
Okay, so you're not afraid, even though your Prime Minister said he's ready to talk?
No, I'm not afraid.
Say the United States offered to buy Greenland for $5 billion. That would give you around
Thank you, Bill.
$90,000.
Appreciate it, brother.
Upwards of $100,000. Would you
LTU.
become a United States citizen for $100,000?
No, I wouldn't.
How do you feel about the United States wanting to buy Greenland?
It's ridiculous.
And why do you think it's ridiculous?
Because it's not for sale.
What would it take for you to want to become a part of the United States?
Nothing.
And why wouldn't you want to become part of the United States?
Maybe taxes, the healthcare system.
Greenland is very interesting because you guys are in the Arctic Circle and you guys are the largest island in the world, and you guys have kind of have the bridge between the United States, Canada, and Russia.
Yeah.
So do you think Donald Trump wants to buy Greenland in preparations if there's a World War III to break out?
Yeah, but the thing is, Greenland is a very peaceful place. I don't think it's fitting to get some weapons imported.
Okay, so that'd be kind of your fear, is that if...
Look at this picture right here that White House posted, by the way. We're going to get back to that, but look at that. Look at the media attention. There's one man standing there that everybody is focused on. Look at that. Every single person is focused on one dude. Now, you have all of the most important world leaders in this building. There's only one man that commands that attention. That is an incredible shot. And that just shows how powerful and influential Trump is. Back to this.
Donald Trump were to buy Greenland, it might cause some tensions here in Greenland.
Yes, exactly.
What kind of tensions do you think? Can you elaborate on that?
Maybe we get aimed at from other countries.
What are you fucking talking about? If you're part of the USA, nobody fucks with you. What do you not understand about this? How stupid are you? Who is going to come after you if you're part of the United States of America? Who? Get the fuck out of here. Hey, we got Phil. All right, Phil's here. Let's listen to Phil.
What do you think about the United States buying Greenland?
No more Danish.
Why do you guys not like the Danish?
Liar.
How do you feel?
All right, I think that was Phil.
Aimed at from other countries.
What do you think about the United States buying Greenland?
No more Danish.
Why do you guys not like the Danish?
Liar.
How do you feel about being bought potentially by the United States?
I don't think we're going to be bought. Times have passed where you could buy other people in other states. You did that 100 years ago, not now.
So Greenland's not for sale?
No, definitely not.
And now that your prime minister is ready to talk with Donald Trump, are you...
I think I've seen this movie before.
You need to settle down. You need to settle down and mind your business, okay? Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was general.
Right beforehand, you fucking said sir.
Sir? Okay.
Motherfucker, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir.
I apologize.
Motherfucker.
I apologize now.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Are you worried about the United States buying Greenland?
No, not at all. I'm 68 years old, so I'm not worried.
What do you and the majority of Greenlanders think about Donald Trump?
As a human being, he's a little bit crazy maybe, but he's the most powerful in the world next after Putin and China.
Do you think Vladimir Putin is more powerful than Donald Trump?
No.
You literally just said he's the most powerful man in the world outside of Russia and China. What?
So would you say Donald Trump's the most powerful man in the world?
Yeah, U.S. is the most powerful country in the world.
Is Greenland for sale?
No. See, we live here. Trump cannot buy Greenland.
What will you do if he does buy Greenland?
I will ask Trump if he can kayak on his own without help. If he can buy. If he can't, he don't buy.
So if the United States were to buy Greenland and you were able to get $20,000, would you do it?
I will not say yes for money. For Greenland or money. I will just Greenland. We live in Greenland. He cannot buy this.
For $100,000, would you guys sell Greenland? If each citizen of Greenland got $100,000, would you sell your country?
Yes.
But you said Greenland.
We saw that the other day. We saw that clip the other day.
We live in Greenland. He cannot buy this.
For $100,000, would you guys sell Greenland? If each citizen of Greenland got $100,000, would you sell your country?
Yes.
But you said Greenland is not for sale, but you'd sell it for $100,000.
Money is money. The will understand.
Do you think it would be better for you guys to become part of the United States versus being part of Denmark?
Of course, there's some benefits to America. We would have.
Remember, we reacted to this small clip the other day. We saw this guy and we saw those guys.
Way bigger military, and we would be safe from invasions in case of a war or something. If the Third World War comes, I don't know how much it would matter with all the nuclear weapons and stuff. But there would probably be some Russians coming from Greenland to go to America and stuff as a vantage point.
Your prime minister did say he's ready to talk with Donald Trump about the situation. What do you think that means?
I think he wants to negotiate in other ways than selling Greenland. We are open to the outside world, but we don't want to sell. We want to negotiate and make money in other ways other than Denmark, in export ways.
Now with the conflicts that are across the world with Ukraine, Russia, China, Russia, and their involvement together, and Greenland has a pivotal location as far as the trading routes for these ships and for these countries. Can you understand why Donald Trump would want to buy Greenland to protect the United States from Russia?
I really do. We are really placed we're well placed in the geopolitical meaning. We're placed in the middle of everything with Russia and USA on both sides. And I just think, of course, I understand that he wants to buy us through the resources and the geopolitical way.
And China did try to build airports.
These girls are actually not retarded, so at least they kind of know what they're talking about.
And give loans to Greenland, and they were trying to influence their way here into Greenland as well. Would you guys rather have influence of China or the United States here?
None, neither. I do think it's a brilliant idea that we do negotiate with other countries, but not in the way of being bought. No one can buy us, and Greenland is for the Greenlanders.
Are you worried about being invaded by the U.S. military? As Donald Trump did say, that's not off the record when he did have a press conference the other day.
Of course we are.
I don't want this to sound like a threat, but here there are 57,000 people.
Yeah.
And in the United States, our military is much larger than 57,000 people.
I know, but we are part of Denmark, and Denmark is under NATO. And I'm...
Never mind. Never mind. I retract my previous statement. Never mind.
I'm sure in some way they will support us if it did happen, which I'm sure it won't.
Yeah, I'm not saying I want you guys to be invaded by any means. I don't want that to happen. I'm just throwing that out theoretically and to play devil's advocate with you guys. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting.
Nick Shirley does a good job, though. So appreciate him. Make sure you go follow him on Twitter. Okay. Yeah, I spoke too soon. You see what I get? You see what happens when I give women credit? You see what happens? Damn it. Just when you thought I was going to give a compliment out, then something like that happens. And there it is. Done. Done. Where we at? Dark Red Knight says, I'm kind of surprised Carney is pushing against the U.S. This much, considering he moved his company HQ to New York and 92% of his money is in the U.S. It's going to be interesting to see how he handles this. Uber driver of the apocalypse is Carney. Please clap. Bill Herb says, I won't be able to watch live, so here's some shekels from Mossad. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Narco says, Nick Shirley testified in front of the House Judiciary Subcommittee yesterday about the fraud in Minneapolis. Full props for that man. I saw some clips of that, and massive respect for Nick Shirley. Lapco says, every time I see Newscomb, I think of Swarmy PR guy from The Simpsons Three-Eyed Fish episode. I can't unsee it. It's Patrick Bateman for me. He's 100% Patrick Bateman as far as I'm concerned. We also had Jack Smith was getting grilled today on Capitol Hill. I don't really care to watch those, though, just because it feels like a song and dance more than anything. You know, it's nice to see these one-liners and people grilling him and asking him questions, but ultimately, nothing's going to come of it. Nothing's going to actually come of it. What is this? Hang on. So let's see, Joe Rogan. All right. I need to double check this comment though first. Let's see. So Joe Rogan. Let me see if I can find this. So there was this clip from Joe Rogan. I think this is the one right here. So this is Joe Rogan annoys the hell out of me. Okay. So this clip from Joe Rogan was getting a lot of traction.
Once someone is here, they should be able to stay in this country, and ICE is operating illegally, and we shouldn't have militarized groups of people roaming the streets, just showing up with masks on, snatching people up, some of them U.S. citizens, and shipping them to countries they didn't even come from. So that's why they have to wear a mask. If you want them to do that job, if you want them to be able to deport 500,000 people over a year, which is a lot of people, if that's the real number, you know, they're going to be, their life's going to be at stake.
Yeah.
The fact that Joe Rogan decided to jump on the Trump train about as late in the game as you possibly could. Didn't he endorse Trump like the weekend before, or the weekend of the election? I think. And so like Trump's entire platform was illegal immigration.
You're not going to be able to get people to do the job unless you allow them to be anonymous. And then again, allowing them to be anonymous creates a whole host of other problems,
right,
where you could have people pretend to be them. And how would you know who's who and who's not?
Oh my God, dude. Now, people are saying that this is the full clip, that there was some context missing. And I think I reacted.
Because
but to be fair, so I want to hear the whole clip. Then there's another clip apparently. Okay.
Because I see both perspectives. I see the perspective of the people that say, hey, there was an illegal program.
Yeah, so I think I reacted to this full clip initially because I reacted to the one that people were saying was out of context. And then we pulled this one up and I said, this doesn't help anything. This doesn't help anything that he said.
moving people in here to get votes, moving people in here to get congressional seats, and we've got to change that. We've got to take those people that got in and send them back to where they came from or do something, because if we don't, they're going to keep doing it if they get in office again in 2028, and it's going to accelerate. And you're going to have to take away some of the damage that's been done to a true democratic system, because you've kind of hijacked it, and they kind of have. And then I can also see the point of view of the people that say, yeah, but you don't want militarized people in the streets.
Yes, we do. I would much rather have military people in the streets than illegal immigrants in the streets.
Just roaming around, snatching people up, many of which turn out to actually be U.S. citizens that just don't have their papers on them.
Oh, I do remember talking about this now. What U.S. citizen doesn't have their papers on them? Whatever the fuck that means. Joe, do you know what happens to you if you don't have your papers on you as a U.S. citizen? You can't get shit. I mean, you can vote without your papers.
Are we really going to be the Gestapo? Where's your papers? Is that what we've come to? So it's more complicated than I think people want to admit. People want to look at this as a black and white issue. If you're a compassionate person or if you're a pragmatic person, and I don't think that's true. I think it's both.
But I think the argument needs to be made again and again, and the left needs to hear that they have created this situation by disobeying the immigration laws.
Somebody said it in the chat, but Rand Paul endorsed Trump after the election. By the way, I said this the last time I reacted to it, but shout out to Rand Paul for his lesbian arc that he's on now. Brave and stunning, I guess, Rand Paul.
By ignoring the deportation orders, by not reporting people who are committing crimes. Now, we're not talking about some guy mowing lawns. We're talking about somebody who stole a car, somebody who raped somebody. They are in jail. So this isn't the ordinary working person who's here illegally. We're talking about the criminal illegals in our country.
Well, I think most people were in favor of getting rid of gang members, criminals, murderers, rapists. Most people were in favor of getting rid of those people.
But the thing is that the left-wing cities that are sanctuary cities are not reporting that. That's part of the reason why ICE is in Minnesota.
And a good example of that is
resisting.
Aurora, right? Aurora, Colorado, where Trend Agua was taking over apartment buildings, and they were a sanctuary city. So the police literally could do nothing about it, which is just pure insanity.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, that clip we did look at. Now, I don't know if this is true, but so Joe Rogan clarifies his recent comments criticizing ICE. So I want to hear what if this is a true clarification. I don't know who this guy is, but here we go.
And so with the ICE thing, what you're only seeing and you're only hearing about American citizens that have been arrested, the lady that got shot. You're hearing about all these negative. What you're not hearing about is the number of violent criminals that they've caught, and it's a lot. It's in the thousands.
Yeah.
It's not like thousands of American citizens have been shipped out to other countries. It's like net positive if you look at it that way. There's no single public record number of violent criminals captured by ICE raids just over the last few months, and available data suggests those cases are a relatively small share of recent ICE arrests and detentions. One analysis, ICE internal data, said that only 5 to 8% of the people booked into ICE detention late 2025 and early fiscal year 2026 had violent or serious property crime convictions. But even if it's 8%, they've gotten rid of 500,000 people already, and then 1.6 million voluntarily deported. So in 500,000 people, 8% is a lot. That's a lot of violent criminals. So this is weirdly phrased. As of January 20, I would say 8% is a lot. Like if you have cancer in 8% of your body, I would say you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're saying, oh, it's only been 8% that are violent criminals, it's a lot. That's a lot of people.
Is Joe like, it's almost like you could get Joe to argue with himself in this situation. You could almost get him to argue with himself. I don't understand. That's not clarification, by the way, on anything. He's talking out of he's trying to take both sides of the argument. He's trying to argue for both sides of it so that he can justify it, so he won't get the wrong people upset, basically. So Terry says, if sanctuary cities didn't exist, illegals would just be picked up from jails, not executing warrants, busting down doors. It used to be very easy. Correct. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, papers, kidnapping, undocumented, camps, separating families, all linguistic propaganda. Correct. I mean, like calling for papers, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Papers? You mean ID? Yeah. United States citizens have IDs on them everywhere they fucking go. Lapco says, I work at a hospital in a hospital lab. In 21, I was given a letter to carry from the hospital CEO to law enforcement, designating me an essential worker. I literally had to carry papers because of stupid fucks. And that isn't that frustrating as fuck? It's absolutely frustrating. I am Brockatron says, of course, it was Minnesota judge who let Lemon off so easy. That is a rogue and seditious state, in my opinion. Very much so. Very much so. Where are your papers? Where are your papers? Where's the trigger? Where's the trigger? You wouldn't give it to an ordinary citizen. Where's the trigger? That's how Joe Rogan's making it sound. Where's the trigger? Where is it? And some people may not know what I'm talking about, but if you know, you know. All right. If you know, you know. So fucking love The Dark Knight Rises. Where's a trigger? Oh, goodness. It's so great. As a matter of fact, Tom Hardy did a Bane impression. Hang on. Gary tweeted it out. Let me see if I can find this shit. Right here. So Tom Hardy recreating his iconic Bane speech. This is freaking amazing.
The darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was just a man, and it was for me, it was blinding.
Dog was not impressed. Oh, Bane memes are legendary. They're the greatest things ever created. Love to see it. Ministry of Wrong Things says the only reason U.S. citizens are getting picked up by ICE is because when ICE shows up for a dangerous illegal, a random lefty plays Captain Save-A-Ho, gets belligerent, and refuses to show ID. 1,000%. See, this right here, like, they don't want to actually assess the real problem. And the real problem is these lefties out there that create more tension within the situation. Whenever law enforcement is involved, you don't want to make the situation worse. You want to make the situation much easier. You want to take as much stress out of the situation as possible. And these leftists show up and immediately make things worse. They make things worse constantly. And they create a lot of tension that shouldn't be there. And it creates problem after problem after problem. Let me see. This one. This is a beautiful picture right here. Seeing these mugshots just puts a smile on my face. He's doing the thing, the dog. Hail Snake Pit popping in for a bit. Well, glad you made it. Glad you're hanging out with us. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys like the video. We are at 3 hours. I knew I had to go a little bit longer tonight to make up for not being here yesterday. Everybody was mad at me. They were like, "Where's Jeremy? Where's the trigger?" I was like, I'm almost done with all the business, and then I'll be hanging out with you guys again. I plan on being here every day this weekend because there's just so much shit going on. So plan on Sunday. There's a lot of football on Sunday. So I should make it Sunday. I should. Augie says, I didn't mind. Well, that's mean. He never gave it to an ordinary citizen. What is this right here? Oh, yeah, I love this right here. Okay, right here. Here we go. Is there a way to do mass deportations and not separate families? Here we go.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Let's go. The greatest answer ever.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Oh, when media asks a stupid question, they should get a savage answer. That is perfectly said. By the way, effective today, the United States has exited the World Health Organization. This fulfills President Trump's commitment under an executive order signed 1 year ago following the World Health Organization's mishandling of COVID-19 and its ongoing lack of reform, accountability, and transparency. But nothing ever happens. Apparently, nothing ever happens according to the clowns out there. Well, yet here's another thing that has happened. No more of the World Health Organization and their lies and bullshit. So Trump, another dub from the greatest president in history, the GOAT. There was one more thing I wanted to cover before we ended. I voted for this, Fauci next. If only we could get Fauci. I don't even know where that clown's at. I have no idea what he's up to these days. I mean, honestly, the fact that we haven't heard from Fauci is a positive. I'd rather never hear from him ever again. There was one clip that I thought that I had marked down. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Oh, if this is a real picture, you got Pat McAfee, you got Trump, DeSantis, Jake Paul, you got the whole crew there. I got to sneeze really quick. All right, there we go. But yeah, man, what a and the fact that Pat McAfee is embracing President Trump and he's the number one guy in all of sports media, that must break the brains of the clowns, the executives at ESPN. And I've heard stories that the ESPN executives do not like Pat McAfee at all. They do not like him. But they can't do anything about it because Pat McAfee is so big time. Like, he's such a massive entity in the sports world that they can't touch him. So, what is this right here? Breaking. When told he's leading the 2028 GOP primary by a long shot, JD Vance says it's because people are happy with Trump's success. Look at that answer from our boy. So JD Vance, look at this answer from our boy, JD Vance. You know who JD Vance is.
Now, I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it that I'm the greatest wrestler alive today.
Every straw poll has had you ahead by margins for 2028. All right. I know you don't want to take away from the president's current agenda, but what do you think?
Well, look, I think that people, to the extent that that's going well, or, I don't see some of these polls, but if you're right, I think it's because people are happy with President Trump's agenda. And my attitude on this is whether I run or somebody else runs, if we take care of business, the politics will take care of itself. And I never wanted to get in this job. And so far, I've done a very good job at this. I've never a year into this once let some future possible job affect the job that I'm doing. I'm loyal to the president. I'm loyal to the agenda. And if we do great things for the country for the next 3 years, I don't worry about the politics. It'll worry about itself.
Yeah. I got to say, the memes, the fact that you embrace the memes.
Let's go. Let's go.
That maybe possibly too, the other memes for Secretary Marco Rubio may be the new nanny for the congratulations, by the way.
That's right. Thank you. We're very excited. Marco's going to be the highest priced nanny that we've ever had, but great.
Yeah. Between being DNI and Secretary of State.
What's another job when you've already got 4?
It's fine. So, but no, seriously, congratulations on that. I'd be remiss. My wife would kill me if I didn't congratulate you.
Well, I really appreciate that. We love kids. We love babies. And, it was this interesting conversation Usha and I have been having, which is, do we want to have a 4th kid? And my answer to that was yes. Her answer was maybe, but eventually, as Jeff Goldblum says in Jurassic Park, life finds a way. So here we are, baby number 4 on the way.
And he also said, must go faster. So maybe we can get some of these deportations headed up with that.
Well, that's exactly right. We do want to ramp up the deportations, but we inherited an ICE that was totally destroyed by the Biden administration. Many of the people that we hired because the big, beautiful bill haven't even started yet. Some of them haven't even started training yet. So ramping that agency back up, it's very important to us, but it's going to take a little bit of time. I will say 2.5 million in the very first year, 2.5 million fewer illegal aliens in this country. It's a lot of success to hang our hat on, but as President Trump always says, go faster. We need to do more.
Yeah. And lastly, on behalf of, I'm obviously an enlisted guy, you're a fellow enlisted, not of a lot of enlisted guys in higher office. We just wanted to say, thank you for what you've been doing. It's a great perspective that we see coming from you, sir.
I appreciate it. It's good to have a member of the E4 Mafia and as close to the Oval Office as possible. I joked once to the Commandant of the Marine Corps that the reason I really wanted to run for vice president is because I really wanted the Commandant to have to salute a corporal. And here we are.
Sir,
Thanks,
thank
man.
you very much.
Good to see you.
Appreciate it.
That's awesome, man. So JD is the man. He's crushing it. Mr. Bentham says, your precious armory, gratefully accepted. We'll need it. Bane. I added the will need it, but it is part of it. Let's see. Taker says, I went to Lowe's and asked their appliance department if they had any kitchen aids. They said yes. I said, you should get that checked. Thank you, Taker. Appreciate that. And we are at the end of the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Another one in the books. Thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it. This is awesome, man. I love this show. I love the chat. I love everything you guys do. The best in the world, and it's not even close. So we will be rocking and rolling tomorrow. We'll be back. Could have multiple streams tomorrow. SBZ says, just want to say, if the U.S. manages to get Greenland, I'll move there ASAP. If you see someone with a 199 get up in Greenland, 199%, that would be me. Dude, I love how much people have embraced the 199 stuff. And by the way, people were asking me about these. So I have a red one and the blue one, and I have the black hoodie. Are you guys interested in us running these again and through Ripacin, this hoodie? Are you guys interested in this hoodie? The Cobra Cast with different colors. Would you guys support it if we rolled these out again? I would absolutely consider doing that through Ripacin if you guys were interested. These are some of my favorite ones. I love these hoodies. And I would like to put it, with the red, the black, and the blue. Now the red one is in Hulk Hogan colors. So we kind of did that one through like Hulkamania style. Lady RD says, yes, I never got mine through Teespring. I canceled it. I just got the red and the blue ones in from Teespring. It's freaking frustrating as hell. But yeah, we'll see. Am I on a green screen? Yes, I am not in Pensacola right now. I was in Pensacola yesterday, but now I have a green screen of my Pensacola set up. So you might not know when I'm there and when I'm not. I think you can tell when it's a green screen, but maybe sometimes you can't tell. But yes, that is a green screen. Let's see. Before we close, did you see the new health ambassador for Rails? Yes, I did. Unfortunately, I did. Unfortunately. But let's see. Guys, the mic. Yeah. If you look at you usually could tell right here, right there, because the Shure mic shows it right there. That's the best way to tell. So that's the best way to tell. So, and there's not a Cobra Commander figure on the mic. That's true. But like, does it look like, if I don't tell you it's a green screen, does it look like a green screen? Now that you're looking at it, you're like, oh yeah, I can tell. But like, if you're not looking at it, it really doesn't look like a green screen. I think I did a pretty good job of hiding that for the most part. So you can see the lines around the chair. Not really. It doesn't look like it. Yeah. But it looks legit. I only noticed when the camera focused. Yep. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. A good one in the books, and we'll be back. Well, I'll have videos tonight for Geeks and Gamers. I've got to record a couple of videos for Geeks and Gamers. Again, I want to give a shout out to geeksandgamers.com. Our crew over there continuing to crush it and do such a great job. And I'm really thankful for all of them. So make sure you go to geeksandgamers.com and check it out. Let me knock that down a little bit. So there we go. But yeah, they're doing a great job over there. The crew, they've got stuff uploading constantly over there. So thanks to the crew. Hail to That Park Place, geeksandgamers.com, criticalist.com, all of our partnerships we have going on. But other than that, you guys have a good evening. Mod Eric says, please stop the full screen of yourself for the love of everyone watching. Eric, judge women. You'll be much happier in life if you judge women. It's just an idea. It's just an idea. You'll be much happier in life. Like here, Eric. There you go, Eric. Okay. Judge women. You should do that. And you know what? Why don't I just leave the stream up with this picture? Who cares about me? Bye, everyone.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.